All right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Collegiate Tetris League, 2026. I'm Science Cyber, and I'm joined here by.
I'm Ethan. Happy to be here. How's it going, guys?
Right. Great to see people joining in. Yeah. So people should be flooding to the stream, but there's going to be two matches today. It'll be UofT B versus WPI, and then Purdue B versus UIUC B. So it's definitely some very exciting matches to come up here, and we're really excited to get into this brand new season.
Yeah, and getting into this new CTL season, there have been a few rule set changes. Um, Players or teams are now allowed to do blind bans to try and sort of circumvent the loss win win strategy that was just so dominant last year. So the way it works is that initially both teams do a blind ban where they ban one player on the opposing team from being the first pick. And then that blind ban is revealed, and then do a second blind ban, and then that blind ban is revealed, and then finally they do the first pick again.
Right. Also, another difference will be there is no bonus point for winning a set this year. It will just be like how whatever score is the matchup. So if it's a 7-1, the winning team gets 7 points, and then the losing team gets 1 point. And then beyond that, there's the two bans, same blind pick rules, and then same. There's also the buying a counter pick format. So it's a lot of the same stuff, but hopefully the bans will shake up some of the matches and make things very interesting. It gives a lot more strategy to the matches. Team captains just have a lot more to play around with.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially in the very close matches where teams are against each other and they're a one seed difference. It'll be very interesting to see how the strategy can now sort of come into play to give teams an advantage.
Right, and then there's also some different team compositions might get an advantage with this format. Some are probably going to lose out a little bit. So as captain myself, it's definitely been interesting, like trying to plan out bans as well as picks during my potential matches. So hopefully the captains here will exhibit a great show. This is the first match of the year for any team. So hopefully we can iron out any of the issues with the format. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a great season. It looks like we're just waiting on players to get ready. I'm not sure everyone is. All right.
Yeah, speaking of which, our first match will be Winchester Polytechnic Institute versus what was the other one?
University of Toronto B.
Oh yeah, University of Toronto B. University of Toronto, a pretty strong school in general. It's going to be their B team this time here, and they definitely are much higher seeded compared to um, WIC. So uh, I'm hoping to see how the team captain for WIC will try and really plan as much strategy as they can into getting. Oh wait, 1 second. I'm having an echo here.
Uh, yeah, sorry, we're still figuring out some of the stream elements today. So sorry, it's a new season, new administration, new employees even. So bear with us, and we appreciate anyone who's shown up to the stream. Welcome everyone in the chat. And also, yeah, UFTB definitely a very strong team. We have a former CTL finalist in Chomsky playing for UFTB today, so I'm definitely a very storied player and team historically. Has U of Toronto has placed second twice and then third last year, so has never really done too poorly. And their B team is usually pretty strong as well. Definitely one of the higher seeds in the lower division, and definitely a contender to win that entire lower division.
Okay, hello, hello. Am I still echoing, Brandon?
Oh, I think I have an idea. You should
Yes?
mute your mic on the virtual application we're using.
Okay, like this? Well, actually, no, now I
But
think I'm not on, now I think I cannot hear it on, be heard on stream.
but uh
Oh,
oh,
I'm
okay,
good
so it
now?
worked. It worked. It
Okay,
worked.
okay, okay.
Okay, okay. Sorry
Cool,
everyone.
cool.
Just technical issues. We will get through it, I promise.
Oh, it's the Discord VC that I'm in. Okay, that was probably
Right,
me.
right. Like you want the voice to come out of Discord, but not the other thing.
Right, okay, okay, I see.
All right. But going down into the
Right,
team
yeah.
compositions, I believe UFTB might be like pretty much all U ranks, mid like high to mid to low U ranks. So definitely a very balanced team composition, very strong, and all of them like are pretty high level players. While WPI definitely has a bit more of a mix. I believe they do have like a low U rank, but also a couple A ranks, SSs mixed in there. So definitely not an easy matchup, but maybe with the right strategies, we can see something really interesting come out of this. And there's always a chance.
Yeah, currently right now, they, uh, UIC, wait, no, uh, the Polytechnic Institute for Winchester doesn't actually have any U players that I'm seeing right now. It is
Oh,
mostly SS,
oh, right.
or no,
Okay.
and
Well, I
then like
mean,
S
they
players and
have
then
one
one
player
A.
who's like pretty close. I think it's like just a
Yeah,
like a hunter
they
or
do
so
have like a
TR
high
off.
SS player.
Right.
Yeah, but still, definitely going to be a very difficult battle for them against Toronto B team's team of 4 U's and 1 SS. Yeah, it'll be
I
interesting to
guess
see how they play it out here.
right. I guess we can also talk about some of the what the format for the season is going to be like. So the upper division will be 16 teams, and then the bottom division is I think it's like 38. No, it'd be 36, I think. So a lot of teams in the upper and lower division. Upper division will be a team. Wait, no, there's 16 teams, and it'll be an 8-team playoff match. So and there will be a couple. It'll just play rounds until the playoffs are decided. And the lower division, which is this match is in, will I think will just be played until someone gets a perfect record. Definitely a lot to watch out for, and the upper division playoffs will be an extremely exciting thing to watch. And there's a lot of interesting matchups that we can see. A couple great storylines. You have UCLA going for their 3P. We're seeing if UofT can finally get over the hump for the first time. Purdue seeing if they can, with the surprise upset over UofT last year, make it back to the finals again. And was honestly an incredible set to watch that both me and Ethanol commentated.
Yeah. Uh, the division will only be more interesting this year as like some very well-known pros of the game are now coming in. Of course, Cab uh, played in CTL last year, and that was very interesting to see. But now we also have Fortism representing Canada. That's my country. I'm very excited to see that. And I believe there's also Tatos and Kasane Teto. But I think they're in the lower division because they weren't able to find uh, like really strong other players to be on a team with them too.
Yeah, certainly. Both are incredibly talented players, both in the X plus rank. So definitely nothing to sneeze at. And in particular, Kasane Teto's University of Maryland is definitely an interesting team to watch out for in the lower division. A very strong team overall. Kasane Teto, like being a great player, but also many other accomplished players on several of the lower division teams. Like McMaster University is also very strong. So just a lot of teams to follow in both the upper and lower divisions.
Yeah, and I think the teams are probably doing their first blind ban right now. I'm honestly not sure what kind of strategy Winchester might try to do here, um, because looking at it, they don't have a lot of matches that look super great. So I wonder if they're gonna try and do like a different kind of strategy here, because I don't think any amount of like team player picking strategy will help all that much here when you're such an underdog. So I wonder if they're gonna try and cheese some wins, maybe with opener, maybe with something else.
Definitely possible, but in particular, U of TB's team composition, I think it actually does really well in a ban format, just because most of the team is like pretty close in rank. Like there is some variance, of course, but once you're that close, like banning players out specifically just becomes less, I guess, useful for the opposing team. Because like you kind of just have other players to replace anyone they can ban if you just want to blind pick them. And yeah, bans only apply for the blind pick. After that, all players are on the table. Anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Worcester Polytechnical Institute.
Oh, Worcester, my
Sorry,
bad.
WPI.
Sorry about that. I mixed it up. Okay. I see some people in the chat here saying, nah, UCLA definitely isn't winning this year. Trust. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if Toronto can pull through, especially with Fortism on their team there. Yeah.
UCLA definitely one of the teams to watch. The A team's first seed in the top division, and then the B team is also the eighth seed. So both are projected to make it into playoffs, which should definitely be interesting because if they both do make it to playoffs, I think they're actually projected to like play against each other in the first round. So
Oh, that's pretty
that'll
funny.
be interesting to watch.
Wait, UCLA's B team is seed 8?
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty insane.
insane. What?
Yeah.
How can they have a B team in seed 8? That's
Rumors
that's
say
ludicrous.
that Tab's dad works in the admissions office, and it's just signing all the good players to the super team that is
Oh
UCLA.
god.
So
Oh my goodness. Dude, we that's like we need a CTL scholarship for this.
definitely, it would be great. But it's always great to see players coming out to represent their university, have a great time here in CTL, but also playing for a little bit of that school pride and even that country pride with the historical matches being Canadian and American teams at universities. So yeah, definitely gonna be very cool. And we actually
Definitely,
have
yeah.
such a matchup today. University of Toronto, the proud Canadians on the left, and WPI on the right.
Yeah, I do love that kind of thing. I do have a bit of fondness for CTL because of that. I think it's really cool to see all these universities come together and having like university school pride and country pride as well. Especially with the top two seeds this year being one American university and one Canadian university.
Yeah, great to see. And yeah, we have a couple other returning players from a couple years ago. We have Ben XT returning, very exciting. A known community member and great Petrio player is now representing University of California Irvine on their 8 team, and that is the 5th seed. So also another team to watch out for. See if Ben XT can make this, I guess, grand return to CTL.
Yeah, speaking of players returning to CTL, actually, I personally am super excited for UBC 18 because she was an organizer for quite a while, but also a very strong player. So every year in CTL, I was like, damn, wouldn't it be crazy if Plu was actually on the team? And now she is. That's super cool to see. I'm so hyped to see how she's going to do on the A team. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah,
Like
great to see Plu
Vegeta
finally
rising out
able
of the
to.
iceberg.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it's great to see Plu finally being able to play in her own tournament. Like she's been like running this league for several years now, and it's great to finally kick it back in retirement and like, actually get to enjoy what you built.
Yes, yes. Shoutouts to Plu, my goat.
um. So I'm not sure we have any word on the picks bands or the bands how they're going, but yeah, I guess it's going.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a good chance that there might be a bit of like some unexpected issues happening because I think this is like their first time using the bot, so there might be some things to figure out there. Um, oh, should we read out the prize pool incentives?
Oh yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna read what Mango Lemon posted in the channel. But all donations are super appreciated and will go toward the players. The first roughly 200 on the physical prize and rest on the supporter raffles. So please, if you'd like to donate, please leave the username you'd like to be thanked with in the send message with your tip. And if there's no message, then you will be thanked anonymously. Um, Looks like the very first donation incentive at $67 is 6-7 week. I'm terrified of what that of what that is. Oh man.
All right, yeah, it should definitely be interesting. A couple other interesting ones. CTL head organizer does 2 push-ups for every round. UBC wins in a match. Fascinating. And then 250.
Oh wait,
Oh,
why
wait,
UBC?
250 is going to be amazing. Winner of CTL versus the world. Look at that. So,
What does
actually,
that
yeah.
mean?
So it'll probably be whoever wins the CTL league. Probably UCLA, but we'll get to see UCLA versus the rest of the CTL. We can see all the top players teaming up to try to take down the Goliath that is this UCLA team. Or anyone else who can make the surprise upset. Anything can happen. Maybe we'll see the
Versus
UCLA
the
team
world.
represent the world against whichever poor soul stands in their way.
Interesting, interesting.
And then also beyond that, I believe first place prize this year will include the pretty standard. It'll be a badge on Tetrio as well as a physical trophy, and I believe the top 3 teams will also get medals. So those have been really cool to see. My friends have one, and I'm just like, I really want one too, but it's okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Right. What else is
Mm.
happening this season? Playoff pick'ems. Ooh, wait, that
Playoff
could be fun.
pick'ems. What is playoff pick'ems? I'm actually not familiar.
I believe it's kind of just like March Madness or any other like tournament, like sports tournament that you like, kind of like try to predict. There might be a prize attached with it. I'm assuming because it's a pick'ems. Like I would guess like maybe a supporter raffle. I don't really know, but I mean
Oh, I
yeah, you just
see.
try to predict the playoff bracket. And honestly, I think a lot of people's might actually hit. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And then there's also CTL meme contest for Ben XT coaching. That one's been a tradition for a while, I think.
Yeah, certainly we've seen a lot of great memes across the years. Um, some that I may or may not have been in for one reason or another, and this will definitely not happen again because I'm definitely not going to say anything really, really spicy about a certain team in the state of New York again.
Oh, 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 okay, okay. Yeah, I think I remember. Oh, what's the name? This one person who made like particularly good, like really high effort memes. Uh,
Yeah,
Dang it, I
uh,
forgot his name. It was one of the guys on like Toronto, I think.
Chillhopper, I think, or
Yeah, Chill Hopper, that's the one.
yeah, Chillhopper does great. Okay, we do have confirmed bans for the UofT match versus Worcester Polytechnic Institute. The first bans will be Sasha and Avink on both teams, and then the second bans are Ushinom and -3S. And so now the teams are presumably blind picking between the remaining players.
Yeah, so it looks like Winchester decided. Oh wait, no, uh, Worcester, right?
Worcester, apparently.
Worcester?
Yeah, according
Okay,
to
okay.
the team themselves. So
Okay,
yes.
okay, sorry.
No, you're
It
good.
looks like Worcester decided to ban like some in the middle players for Toronto, and it looks like Toronto decided to ban. Let's see. It's the higher level players that they decide to ban. That's kind of interesting. Maybe they're trying to have like I'm not sure what they're. thinking here? Maybe they just want to surefire win some rounds, win some of the
I
first
have
rounds.
an idea of what they're trying to go for. WPI knows that they're probably not sending out Chomsky, who is their highest ranked player, first, and so by banning the next two players, you're reducing the like potential of the blind pick like opponent being really strong. You're trying to get it as close as possible. But in response, UofT B has banned most of the top players from WPI, which means that it's probably that they want to win the first matchup themselves, by like again avoiding any strong matchups against themselves. So that's probably the idea coming from both teams.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, very insightful.
Right.
And it looks like now they're just going to be deciding their first pick. I think you probably have a better idea of what their first player might be. What are your thoughts?
Um, so if I had to guess, I believe you have Toronto. Um, Actually, yeah, their entire team is like, I guess, presumably higher ranked than anyone else remaining on WPI roster. So I'm assuming they would probably send their lowest ranked player first and just like hope that's a winning matchup. Because it likely is, and I'm assuming that was what the point of the ban was, just to like try to get a winning matchup first.
Okay, I
WPI
see.
will probably actually they can go to they can try to win it, which I think like is definitely possible. Like some of these matchups are close enough to where that like is probably worth it. Otherwise, they could try to sack and just play for counter picks the next couple rounds and just see if they can get the favorable matchups they need. Okay, and it looks like the WPI's first player is Epic Gamerman 2. And against ASDF 4321. So this is a 20.8 U rank against a 14k S minus rank from WPI. So yeah, definitely a very uphill battle for WPI here.
That's gonna be tough. But I don't know. Those S players, they might catch you by surprise. A lot of them are surprisingly good at openers, so maybe we might see a few cheese win rounds here. Just try and get as many points as possible.
Certainly, some of these lower ranked players have definitely made big upsets happen. So you really can't count anyone else. Oh, also we can read their fun facts.
Oh yes.
Okay, so
ASDF 4321 says he doesn't even use QWERTY. Like the QWERTY keyboard layout? Does he use like the Dvorak instead?
that would be interesting, but I mean, I guess it was a struggle to take out their username the first time.
Yeah, but this guy might go ball.
Oh wait, okay. Epic Gamerman has a really impressive fun fact. Has a winning record against MKLeo in Smash Ultimate. And for those of you who don't know, MKLeo is considered the greatest player of all time in Smash Ultimate. So that's actually like insanely impressive.
Oh yeah, that is insanely impressive. What the heck? This guy beat MK Leo?
Yo, MKLeo is my goat. That's crazy.
My gosh.
Okay, I believe we're hopping into the warm up right now, so we'll get a little bit of a show of what these players are made of. Looks like Epic Gamerman kind of just working with this 5-4 stack at the bottom. Trying to play a little bit safe while ACS is dealing with a couple misdrops. Oh, this is the full match? Sorry, it's not a warm-up. And, ooh, Epic Gamerman kind of surviving at the top there. Got pushed up really high, so is now going to look for a down stack. Had a misdrop with the Z piece on the left side. So it's gonna struggle a little bit. But okay. Alright, it looks like that will be the first one for ASDF. Now, both players, let's see what their openers will entail. Right, looks like ASDF going with this back-to-back build-up. It's already at 9. Epic Gamer Man down a lot. Needs to probably find a response here. Actually, it's going to go with this tank. ASDF seems to have sent the surge early, and so this is the opportunity Epic Gamer Man kind of needs to just get out of this position. It's going to be able to downstack this probably, and make their way into a better position.
Yeah, ASTF probably just playing it safe, not trying to go for anything too fancy. They probably think that, yeah, big back-to-back chain probably isn't super necessary right now.
Ooh, that's a big send from ASDF though. This might be it for Epic Gamer Man. Struggling at the top here, finding some clutch skins, but it's just too little too late, and it's not fast enough. That'll be ASDF going up a quick 2-0.
Dude, ASTF with the Finn at the end there, Finn to win? That was awesome.
Oh yeah, those advanced T-spins, so it's definitely very hard to see, but also very impressive when players manage to pull it off.
Yeah. Oh wait, do you have like an opinion on the new season 2 rule set? Like, are you a fan of all spin and surge, or are you more of a season 1 purist?
Well, personally, I haven't practiced enough all-spin to say like I enjoy playing season 2 more than season 1, but I think it's a fair enough rule change. And it doesn't really fundamentally change the fact that if you're a better player in season 1 or season 2, you're probably going to win the match. So I don't think it's that bad of a system. I think it has its merits, and it's definitely very impressive to see how the community has really innovated on a bunch of the all-spin setups and vision over the past couple months and years. So yeah,
Ooh.
very impressive stuff. Ooh, ASDF pushed to the top.
Oh, we have a really bad situation for ASDF here. Had to compromise his stack many times. Epic Gamer Man needs to send us pressure right now. Oh, I think ASD. Oh, wait, no. ASDF might be alive. Oh, just barely alive. ASDF just managing to scrape up last little down stack there, and it looks like they are free now. Epic Gamer Man has to capitalize on this well they have here. Not going to be that easy though, and now they have a little bit of cheese to deal with.
Yeah, SDF hanging on for dear life there, but managing to find the good down stack there to get out of that position. Now, Epic Gamer Man's the one under pressure. And massive send from ASDF. That's just too much to handle. That's ASDF up 4-0.
Oh, we almost saw something really cool there. Wonder if Epic Gamer Man has any tricks up their sleeve, like maybe an opener.
Like it will be the
Oh,
PC
ASDF going
from
with PC.
ASDF. Yeah, definitely
You
an
don't see that
interesting
every day in
choice.
Season 2.
Yeah, certainly. With the nerfs to PC in Season 2, it's just been much rarer, and some players just tend to forfeit the PC at all, even when given the opportunity. But ASDF seems to have just made it work, put out the APM, and it's yet another round.
Definitely, yeah. I think when you have such a high APM advantage, it hardly matters what you're going with.
Certainly here now, Epic Gamer Man needs to downside. He's going for this aggressive T-spin setup, but it looks like it might prove fatal. A little bit too greedy there. And that's gonna be ASDF already on match point.
Man, 100 APM from ASTF there. Oh, speaking of which, I've seen like some SS players be hitting 100 APM in rounds. Like, what has happened to this world, man?
I mean, like I think the upset potential and in Tetria has gotten higher than it's ever been. Really, a lot of these players can have really impressive skill sets, especially when they're playing well. And so you can never really count anyone out here. There's always maybe just something you haven't seen before. But that will be ASDF in a clean 7-0 sweep against WPI's Epic Gamer Man. So now it will be on UofT to pick first and for WPI to send in the counter pick.
Yeah, definitely a very clean win there. I wonder what we'll be seeing for the rest of the picks. I don't think UofT is probably going to be too concerned with who we send next.
Certainly not, but there are definitely some SS ranks on WPI that can definitely serve some trouble. Maybe throw a wrench in UofT's plan. And every point does matter. You want as good matches as you can, and you really don't want to drop at any rounds if possible. because that will help decide in tiebreakers down the line. So you have to try to win everything you can.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I think also this year, I believe that the points you win in games actually accumulate across all your games in CTL for this
Right.
year.
I think it's like,
So,
yeah, a plus minus across the season. Something to
right.
keep in mind as you continue going through your matches. Overall,
Yeah,
though, I
just
do
even
think,
more emphasis.
right, yeah, certainly. Though I think for the match, we did see a lot of ASDF as the higher ranked player. We used a lot more of the all spins and surge mechanics on season 2 compared to Epic Aeroman, who's considerably lower ranked. That is going to be a dynamic we'll see a lot in CTL this season. It's like how good people are with the all spins and the surge mechanics versus just those who haven't really gotten to that point yet.
Definitely, yeah. I think it is pretty common for the more like mid ranks of like maybe below SS to look a little more season one like.
Certainly. Okay, so we're just waiting on the picks from these two teams. So, if I had to guess, it would probably be good for UofT to send out a strong player right now to just really guarantee the win. But that also does leave WPI open to maybe do a sack round, which you really don't want to happen. But also, if you send a lower ranked player, WPI that's probably what WPI wants, so they can try to go for an upset with one of their high SSs. So, kind of
Uh-huh,
what I would
for
do in
sure,
either
yeah.
position.
Yeah. Considering that Sasha and Minus are uh, on WIC's team are so close to U rank, they do have a pretty good chance of upsetting uh, maybe the Toronto's SS, Fu Fushinong, or maybe even uh, beating one of their U ranks, like Sisina, or maybe actually more likely Evan K, because Evan K is on the lower U rank side.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. Hopefully, what WPI wants, see if they can get any upsets. You want to get again as many points as possible, and the closer your matches are, the better. So it's definitely on UofT to kind of pick their poison here a little bit. If they send a strong player, they get sacked. If they send one of the weaker ones, it's just what WPI wants in their matchups. So yeah,
Yeah, and speaking of which, looks like UFT has decided to send out Evan K.
right.
We're gonna see if this is probably one of WIC's best chances to get a or sorry WPI to get a win here. Oh my god, I actually can't stop getting the name wrong. What is wrong with me?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think this makes sense for UFT. In theory, Evan K is a winning matchup against any player WPI can send. So it's up to WPI whether they want to, try to make the upset happen here, and which I guess they would probably want to do because this is about as good as it gets, other than with Fushinam, who is SS rank. So yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, MNK is like their lowest ranked player that has a good chance of beating anyone on WPI's team. So I think that is why Toronto went with that option.
certainly. Now
Yeah, and I
waiting
think
for
WPI here can comfortably send either Sasha or Minus here because even though this even though this is like one of their few chances to uh, pull a win from Toronto, they still eventually will face Fushi's Gnome, Toronto's SS. Oh, and looks like they sent out Minus here. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. High SS versus low U. There isn't much skill difference at this level here. Uh, Minus definitely has a very good chance of pulling off a quote-unquote upset here.
yeah, definitely one of the matches to watch out for, and Avinke does have a fun fact. Tetris is a game where you rotate and stack falling blocks to create horizontal lines. Brilliant. This is, in fact, a true statement.
So
And,
true,
and
so true.
actually, no, this might be like one of the hotter takes we've seen for the CTL fun facts. So, I'm interested to see what Minus has in store for us. And it looks like there will be a warm-up between the two, so we can hopefully get a glimpse into what these players are kind of made of.
Okay, getting into the warm-up here immediately. Strong opener from Minus. I think this is exactly the kind of strategy they should be going for. Just see if you can get some cheeky wins by using a very strong opener. It looks like they misdrop. Oh, they misdropped twice. That is rough. That is rough.
Yeah, definitely not what you really want to see here, but it is just a warm-up round. It doesn't technically count for the score, but you know, it is good to get, you know, some of those like jitters out of the way, some of that nervous pressure. Yeah, Avinke just showing that consistency, not misdropping. Yeah, that is interesting for Minus. Using the SDPC spin opener, definitely very popular in Season 2 for its strong attack potential and definitely a lot of counter strike potential if you use it well. So we can see that can honestly be used to beat a lot of top players if used correctly. Well, not top players, like players slightly above you. So yeah, we'll see how if Minus can really make this opener count.
Definitely, yeah. I am hoping to see some very big opener play from Minus, who is now opening with PCO. Never mind.
But now it's a Vinke's turn to misdrop. Two misdrops early there. Minus is struggling there, but it doesn't look like Minus really has a punish for it.
Oh yeah. And Minus having to skim there. Not gonna have any more back-to-back advantage. It's all gone.
Minus kind of just
MK
working
kind
at
of
the
cheesed
bottom.
up here though.
Yeah, Minus sending over a little bit. Vinke sending a bit more back. Now Minus halfway up the board, choosing to tank that, and probably going to this clean down stack with the clean wells. So it's going to have a little bit of attack potential. But Vinke just seems to be almost imp skimming, just constantly down stacking.
Yeah, this is definitely some uh, more slow gameplay than what I think you might be used to seeing in a high SS, low Lu matchup. Players may be a little nervous, or maybe just warming up still.
Certainly. Minus now does have this 9-0 stack. It's going to send a quad over, but Vinke overall pretty clean board. Also sends a little bit back and pushing Minus pretty high up. Minus does have a
Minus is
down
in
stack
really
though.
bad position. Oh, that's rough. And MK gonna get a win here off of Minus. Just the first point. Just the first point though. Come on, Minus. Let's see some opener. Don't do PCO, please.
It's TKI.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't
Okay,
seem
LST
like
maybe? Like a
Minus.
fast LST player.
Right. Let's get the fractal off of the LSD too.
Ooh, bad misdrop there on Minus's side. Oh, but even worse misdrop on Evan K's side. I think this might be a win for Minus here. Ooh, yeah, okay. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, a lot closer than what the last set was, and it will be WPI getting on the board for the first time. Every point does count. And once again, it is
And
TKI
now-
at a minus.
TKI from Evan K as well. Looks like they're both going for different second bag follow-ups. And Evan K breaks his TKI first, but Minus really not in a good position. He's fishing for a Z piece, which is very common to do when you're learning all spin. Fishing for pieces, but it is definitely not a good idea, as it is basically equivalent to making a T-spin setup with no T-piece.
Yeah, and it looks like Vinke manages just to find the punish, gets tops minus out before he can really find any sort of down stack. Minus going for this T-spin opener. I don't think that is a setup, but they should be able to down. Oh, never mind actually.
Oh man, just barely not being able to make it out there. I think they were hesitating quite a lot because they noticed that they were fishing for an S piece again, but they were like, wait, fishing got me killed, let's do something else. But by then, they spent so much time not doing anything that FNK was able to set up basically anything they wanted.
FNK struggled a little bit with the TKI at the beginning, and now but it seems to have gotten to a much better visit. Minus had the slight hole with the J spin and manages to fix it. Now both players relatively even, about halfway up the board, and it's probably just going to seesaw this garbage back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, now good opportunity for FNK. They have a big well and they capitalize well on it. 12 spike all the way down.
Yeah, FNK just seems to have taken kind of control of this set almost. We need to see Minus maybe like recombobulate a little here, find something slightly different. Like maybe it will be the STBC opener finally coming out, or just like a different mid-game playstyle. Anything could work. And there you do get a good 10 spike out of it. Minus to top out FNK actually.
Yo, and these are the 100 APM rounds I was talking about. 122 APM coming out from Minus is absolutely absurd at high SS. I cannot believe that players at SS can play at this level nowadays.
Yeah, certainly, it's very impressive stuff. Minus just found a really clean attack sequence there, and kind of just catching FNK off guard. FNK might have, gotten a little bit complacent there. Needs to kind of clean this up a little bit. And it seems to be doing pretty well right now. It has a clean-ish stack.
Ooh. Okay, good opportunity for FNK here. Minus is caught out of position. Oh, but Minus K finds a survival, and they have a huge well! 21 spike! And that is another win for Minus. Very well done there. I honestly expected to see a lot more opener from Minus, but I think they're showing that they have a very strong and capable mid-game too.
Certainly, it's been these really big counter spikes in the mid game that have been doing FNK in. And now FNK themselves has the C-spin opener. I believe it was either stick or STPC spin. So, and now Minus is in a bad position. He needs to kind of skim out of this. Doesn't have great pieces for it.
Yeah, but FNK doesn't really have anything right now. And Minus is gonna... Oh no, but that I misdrop! Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, I think both players are very nervous right now. I think they're definitely feeling the nerves, considering that they're misdropping their opener quite a lot.
Yeah, it does happen. This is the CTL opening match, so maybe players just kind of get used to the season playing in this competitive format. Definitely not an easy thing to do, but now it looks like Minus doesn't have an easy time kind of finding anything. Has to just skim through the stack. Is this imp skimming has been, it finally opens up the well.
Yeah, I think one thing to note here is that both players are hesitating and not going for that many fancy setups because they're just very afraid of making a mistake. But I don't think that's going to do FNK much good as he misdrops a few times and has cheese below that too. Minus capitalizing on that situation very well again here. Okay, STPC back. Let's see some STPC. Yeah,
Let's go!
STPC.
They're both
Let's
doing
go,
it!
let's go! Go, go, go!
Let's go!
Okay, we see STPC spin from both players. Minus waiting to accept, but he decides to play anyways because he probably didn't want to play the waiting game. Respect, respect.
Yeah, Minus actually did my variation STBC, the one I like. It's the floating T-spins, which it just really ekes out some of that extra attack in the opener. Oh, but the misdrop of the T-piece, I think, that might prove pretty problematic because they don't have great pieces. Okay, it seems to be okay for now, but maybe not.
Here. Oh, but that's so much pressure from FNK. Oh man. Okay, match point here for FNK. Minus is gonna have to win 3 in a row if he wants to scrape this out. Another STPC bag. Let's see it. Okay, no, that was a TPI bag. Looks like these players actually prefer non-opener openers to like the kill openers.
Right. I mean, TKI has been like the historic, reliable opener since basically like the really early days of modern competitive block stackers. So this is definitely, a pretty common choice for a lot of players.
Yeah, definitely a very like day one opener that has survived for so long because it's just so solid.
Alright, it looks like Minus is struggling a little bit there at the top. Didn't find great pieces, but now does. That's a 14 spike, and FNK seems to have misdropped. They need to get out of this soon. Minus doesn't really have any ammo, though, to, like, do anything to FNK, and it looks like both players will get out of their positions. Oh, misdrop of the eyepiece.
Oh, yeah. Minus is barely capitalizing on this because MK misdropped yet again, and looks like Minus finds a quad descend, and that is going to be another round for Minus. Okay, two more rounds for Minus, and they can pull a win here.
Minus kind of hanging on right now. Is WPI is putting their faith in Minus, so we'll see if that will be rewarded. Minus kind of just choosing to skim out here. Doesn't have a great stack. Needs to get an IP soon. I'll get it barely in the nick of time, though.
Right. Looks like the players, after having a few high APM rounds, are finally feeling a little more confident. We're seeing T-spin setups. We're seeing like 2 PPS. This is the SS that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, FNK now at the top of the board has downstack options, but has to waste 2 eyepieces. But Minus is really in a position to punish. So it looks like FNK will get out of this.
Absolutely, and FNK setting up a very nice T-spin to cancel there. This is one of the many great benefits of not being afraid to make a setup, because it allows you to have more defensive options. Ooh, but really bad situation for FNK here. Minus takes another round, and we are at a tiebreaker.
Yeah, both players must be might be nervous right now, but you really got to steady those nerves. See what you can find here. FNK with the SDPC spin, Minus with the, I believe it was TKI, but misdropped the Z piece, but seems to have found a great all-spin solution to it.
Oh.
Is it enough? No! The O piece!
Oh, and FNK wins the round there. One thing that FNK did really well was, before setting their SDPC spin, they waited to tank Minus's clean send. Looks like Minus, probably again feeling nervous in the last round, forgot that that's such a powerful option when it comes to those C-spin openers, and just tried to send as much as they could right away. FNK being rewarded for his patience.
Yeah, FNK managed to clutch out the tiebreaker there. I mean, it's pretty important, but honestly, great stuff there from Minus, batting up like a couple hundred TR and bringing it that close to a tiebreaker. Yeah, great stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. That really could have gone either way.
Certainly. I was really impressed by both players' ability to really turn it up, like once they got, I guess, kind of into the zone or into the stride of things. You know, both for putting out like 100 APM rounds, like trading it back and forth, and just neither one got too much of a lead, and you know, it almost looked like Minus would be able to make the comeback at the end. But you know, FNK does manage to clutch out the tiebreaker round.
Definitely, yeah. I'm hoping to see some more exciting matches like that later on, especially when we see Fujino from Toronto getting their chance to play as well. That will also be a very interesting match.
Certainly. Now, it is once again going to be on UofT to send the player first, and once again, WPI will have the counter pick. I'm sure Toronto could probably just do something similar to what they did last round. Just, I guess, send the second lowest player available who's like winning against everyone on WPI, and the WPI probably just wants that. See if they can like get a close matchup again. But they also might just hold one of their SSs for Fushino, who is actually, I believe, slightly lower ranked than Sasha, so that could be something WPI is considering.
And I think Fushino is being sent out here.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah, Fushino being sent out here.
Actually, this does make a lot of sense for UofT, because if they tried to win this round, it would be WPI gets to pick the last 2 matchups, which means they're guaranteed to be able to put Fushino against like one of the players they want. So at least if UofT is doing it now, it's on their terms. If they win, like it's 3 straight sets, and then if they lose, they can pick the next 2 matchups. So I think UofT, yeah, probably just made the right decision here.
Yeah, and I think I just want to make sure I don't get this wrong again. WPI is probably going to send out Sasha, most likely. That is again their best chance of pulling off a victory here. Actually, I think they will have a very good chance of winning here. Fushino from Toronto is around mid SS. Meanwhile, Sasha from WPI is high SS. Although looking at their stats on TL, they have pretty much identical stats, both at 79 APM and 2 PPS. Of course, stats aren't the only thing. Sasha does have a little bit of a higher versus score. Um, but again, this is going to be also a very exciting match that really could go either way.
Certainly. But yeah, so I believe UofT is currently up 14-6 against WPI, so definitely a pretty significant lead there. WPI would need to find, yeah, probably just like straight upsets from here on out to really clinch this. But it is definitely within possibility. Anything can happen. Someone's Wi-Fi might go out, you know. Anything could happen.
Oh yes, DC Cannon, my favorite.
Yeah, I believe WPI probably just pondering what they really want to do with this matchup here. Just considering whether they want the picks for the next 2 rounds or just want the win here. Because again, points do matter, but it's also like picking the next 2 matchups could also do you some good.
I guess. Yeah, they might be deciding if they can try and use Sasha to beat another one of Toronto's youth players. Like most likely would be Cisna. And see if they can get 2 wins instead of like the one much more surefire win that they have here.
Certainly. Now, okay. But yeah, I think definitely a very interesting set we watched just now. I think, and at least initially, Evan K was like much more consistent. Just came out of the door much more clean. Had great like vision themselves, but it's really Epic Youngman who like kind of just locked back in, got a lot of clean counter spike rounds, and it looks like it's Mighty Bird sent against Fushinam here, a S plus rank.
Yeah, so they are indeed going for that strategy of trying to pull off 2 difficult wins instead of 1 easier win. Perhaps saving Sasha to fight Cisna from Toronto.
Certainly. And we see Mighty Bird in the warm-up here. Oh yeah, Mighty Bird opened up with a PCO there, and now is kind of struggling with the stack. Needs better pieces. Didn't really get it in time. That's going to be a quick victory for Fushinam.
Alright, definitely going to be a very uphill battle for Mighty Bird, but I think if Mighty Bird can pull out some really strong opener, that might be good. Although PCs might not exactly be the direction of openers that you're looking for, unless they have like fantastic blitz. Let's check out their blitz score. Okay, 200k, it's not bad, but I don't know if that's quite the blitz you're looking for at this level. Perhaps they will go for more of those classic Season 2 counter-spike openers like STBC spin or maybe even extended. They go for TPI here. Perhaps Mighty Bird isn't super keen on being an opener player. But Fushino with this immediately huge pressure.
Just a dominant first round there. Also, Mighty Bird's fun fact is that it is their birthday today, so happy birthday, Mighty Bird, and good luck on your match. I hope the birthday is good.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mighty Bird.
Right, it looks like we got DT Cannon out of Mighty Bird. Definitely an old opener with some attack and kill potential, but definitely not like the very refined modern openers we know in Stick and STBC spin. Definitely, it's more like a comfort choice for a lot of players.
Dude, why is Fushino so good? Are you seeing this?
No, this is like, yeah, this is really impressive. SS players are...
Dude, how's this guy mid SS? There's no way. That's what? Dude, this guy's like 2.7 PPS, doing his like proper pattern stacking with T-spin. Hitting like over 100
You know what this
APM.
means? You know what this means? TR is just a fake statistic. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean anything.
TR might be a lie. Oh my goodness.
Looks like Mighty Bird
Yeah,
struggling.
like
Oh, two misdrops in the middle of the board there. Can't really find a down stack here, I think. Is struggling, but I don't think has anything, and that will be yet another round for Fushino.
yeah, like look at this gameplay from Fushi's Dome. It's clean, it's calculated. This guy definitely either isn't nervous at all or is fully capable of locking in under pressure.
Right, now Mighty Bird going decent in the middle here. It's going to get spiked by Fushino. I'm pushing Mighty Bird up, and Mighty Bird just doesn't have an eyepiece anywhere in sight to use the well. And that'll be yet another Fushino, just straight pressure there to win it.
Oh man. I'm not sure if WPI is so happy about their strategy to try and go for two difficult wins rather than one easy win here. It doesn't seem to be working out very well so far for them.
Yeah, but even then,
Well,
it's like, I
Lightning
don't think it
Bird
would have been an
opportunity
easy
here.
win anyways, because like Fushino is playing like really well here.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, winning against Fushino might have been harder than beating one of Toronto's other U ranks with Sasha from WPI. Just considering how strong Fushino was playing here. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's just very clean, very, I guess, measured and calculated. Oh, never mind. Those are some misdrops. It's commentator's curse. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. I'm so sorry.
And a great round from Mighty Bird here, capitalizing on Fushi's no bad position. Not only did they misdrop, but Mighty Bird also broke Surge and sent cheese.
Yeah, Mighty Bird definitely showing that, you know, they're still in this. Like, anything could happen. And just as I say that, they top it. Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of anything happening, looks like Fushino is ready to make any spike happen at any time.
Okay, Mighty Bird starting off with PCO here. Does go for the PC. Fushino just canceling it with TKI to start. The Mighty Bird does have the open well. Goes for this T-spin setup, and now has a T-spin setup. Wait, no. Has the T-spin setup. Hasn't used it yet, so has been stacking really high. And didn't get the T-piece in time. It looks like they'll just top out.
Ooh, that was a rough board to deal with. Never a good sign when you see like 2 or 3 ZPs on top of each other.
Certainly. Mighty Bird once again with this TKI. Fushino started misdropping, but found a nice creative T-spin fix for it. So it doesn't have great stack height here, but it's going to be able to get out of this position.
Okay. Mighty Bird having the resources there to cancel. Fushino attack not really going anywhere. Well, now it's Fushino's turn to misdrop. Mighty Bird is gonna have to build up this 9-0 as fast as they can. Not the most ideal situation ever. But they are building a surge advantage. They hit 4 surge and they misdrop here. That is very unfortunate.
And Fushino now has the opportunity to put on a bit of pressure. Very clean stacker. Going for this floating STMB cave into a... I think it was an STSD almost. And that's just going to be it. That's going to be the set. Fushino, a relatively clean 7-1.
Yep. Absolutely phenomenal gameplay from Fushino here. Not something I would have ever expected. These players are too good. Like, nowadays, it's insane.
Yeah, but this does give WPI kind of what I guess they were hoping for. They will get to pick the next 2 matchups. See if, you know, WPI can make an upset here happen, get a ton of points on the board. It is still within reach for WPI if they do really well in these next 2 matchups. But there is always that factor of Chomsky on that UofT side, just lurking.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what kind of strategy WPI might be going for here now, considering that UofT can send like just about anyone that they have. They're such a well-rounded team, and they will still have a really good chance of beating Sasha. I believe it's just Cecina and Chomsuke left for Toronto.
Yeah, certainly. Cena about 1,000 TR above Sasha. Not unbeatable. That's definitely within like range of even queuing in TL, but yeah, it will be Cecina first. It looks like 20.9 U rank with with the fun fact Homura Akemi. Yay! I definitely know what that means. Someone in the chat probably knows. You can explain it.
Yeah. So it looks like that means what is it? A WPI will probably be sending Sasha next then.
Right. Ah, okay. This is the matchup that I guess WPI wanted. Right. Let's see if WPI can get on the board, and it looks like they're just saying no to warm-ups. All right, hopping right into it, I guess.
Perhaps Sasha is, or no, perhaps Cecina is already warmed up, and they're thinking that they can just try and have Sasha off guard before Sasha is warmed up.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a psychological component to these block stackers that, it's like, warm-up is a small one, but, oh, and it looks like Sasha here with stick spin.
Ooh, very strong opener. Not really getting much of a counter spec though. Cecina's gonna be able to tank this no problem.
Ooh, Cena didn't have an eyepiece like anywhere in Q, needed one desperately, and just is going to get topped out. Sasha kind of striding here off of the opener. Very APM heavy.
Yeah, really strong gameplay from Sasha here actually. They were able to have the awareness to do a T-spin single there to get their count to 4. So I think Sasha is probably going to be a very smart player here. Whereas I say that they mess up their LST, but that's fine.
It happens to the best of us. Yeah, so Cena here, just getting that 9-0 quickly, opening up the stack, just to skim down, clear out all of that garbage being sent over from Sasha. Sasha now has a great opportunity here to send over a lot of damage, really clean board with a lot of attack potential, though. Struggling a little bit here in the middle.
Definitely, yeah. Both players not getting too much done right now, with Cecina being stuck on a 9-0 stack and Sasha stuck down stacking this cheese. I think right now it's a matter of who's going to be able to break out first and start building back to back. And it looks like it's going to be Cecina getting that 3-0 stack going, or sorry, 6-0 stack, 6-3 stack going.
Right, Sasha kind of trying to just skim out here. Has to compromise on several decisions there. Will they be able to get out in time? Looks like the answer is yes, actually, but the surge is looming for Cecina.
I think Sasha is definitely feeling a little intimidated here with such a big surge looming over them. They do manage to live the surge though, but now it's just a matter of being able to make it out. They find a nice down stack, and it looks like they're almost out. Another good spin,
incredible
and they are
survival
actually
skills
out.
from Sasha. This is definitely very impressive, and now Cena's doesn't have a great board state. Is a little bit cheesed up here, but can certainly still make this work. Both players going back and forth, hanging on for dear life is Sasha.
Really smart down stacking from Sasha here. As they were down stacking, they found T-spins to cancel, which was very, very well done.
Yeah, Cena's board is really clean though. Sends over a big spike. Sasha cancels with the surge. This match is going incredibly long. It's already been 2 minutes.
Yep. And Sasha hasn't been in a comfortable position for a very long time. They spent the last, like, 30 seconds down stacking cheese and just trying to scrape out any setups they can find. I don't think Cecina quite has the ability to capitalize here. And Sasha is finally in a comfortable position. And now it's Cecina's turn to defend, and they can't quite pull it out. Sasha here with very strong defense here. It's just very hard to kill.
Certainly, but Cecina is showing that they, like, despite being 1,000 TR down, are definitely, still in this, like, putting on some very impressive gameplay. see if
Definitely,
Cecina can
yeah.
kind of should be able to make it out of here in this position. Gets a couple quads out. Sasha didn't really have the cleanest board, and now is misdrop is going to be forced to skim out of this position.
Oh, that's rough. They were trying not to cover their well, but they ended up making their spike stacky, their stack spikier instead.
Yeah, it looks like Cecina getting on the board, taking one. Definitely showing that this match is way closer than their TRS would suggest. Cecina just with this T-spin opener and Sasha with the PC.
Okay. Yeah, Sasha, oh, having another misdrop there. Looks like they're not in a very comfortable position, and Cecina sending a huge spike there, just catching Sasha off guard. They're at 2-2. Very close match here.
120 APM round coming out from the SS rank. Insane stuff here. Cecina, actually both players once again with this TKI. Just going into, I guess, the comfortable mid game. Not the player too much of an advantage so far.
Yeah, TR is actually the fakest stat ever. Like, what is this, man?
Yeah, no, this match is like close as hell.
Oh, big spike from Cecina. It was all cheese. That is not good for Sasha.
Oh no. Wait, Sasha could
They
live.
have
Oh
some
no, no.
options. Oh, but they don't find it in time. Yeah, and again, another 100 APM round from Cecina. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, Sasha definitely has good down stack and like survival instincts, but sometimes, you know, the pieces just don't come the way you need them to. Sometimes it's just too much pressure. Nothing you can really do in those positions.
And huge well for Sasha, but it is 9-0, and they misdropped their eyepiece. Looks like they were quite nervous there. They were very anxious about knowing that they have to make a good use of this well. But the nerves got to them and they misjudged. Happens pretty often.
Ooh, big 25 spike coming out from Sasha though. It's pushing Cecina all the way up. It looked like Cecina was in such a good position, but looks like it got caught out, and that'll be Sasha tying it back up at 3-3.
Once again, a very close match here, with both players seemingly finding a win condition off of a good situation. They either just happen to have like a very clean well, or they happen to have a good spike ready when their opponent is in a position to accept it. Speaking of which, Cecina sending a spike there, while Sasha was just barely exiting that window of vulnerability during the setup there.
Yeah, it was just a clean opener there from Cecina. The stick spin, and it looks like they'll be using it once again. Sasha with the misdraw. He needs to get out of this quickly before the APM from Cecina comes. Doesn't have great pieces. Oh no, the misdraw!
Oh man, that's rough. I think Sasha is starting to get a little too nervous here.
Yeah, probably wasn't expecting like this much, I guess, resistance, like with the rank disparity. Needs to kind of just like focus in, find a bit more consistent gameplay here. Sasha with the DT cannon, and does get, it seems to be out of the opener pretty comfortably, though with another Z misdrop.
Fixes it nicely and opens their well with back-to-back. This is huge for Sasha. They have a fantastic position here that they have to use. Finding a great donation to save their stack, and they're still going. 2.6 PPS. They break surge, 11th spike, and that is another round for Sasha. Very, very well played there.
Right, yeah, certainly. We did see Cena try to spike out Sasha while they didn't have the surge fully completed, which is kind of what you want to do, because if you can get surge to pop early, you know, it's just less damage onto you. But Sasha countered beautifully. And now here we can see Sasha just going for this T-Spin with a really clean stack overall. And we'll be able to just open up as well.
Oh, and big cheesy spike from Cecina. And Sasha had to tank all of it because they didn't have anything ready to cancel. This is a very bad position. We'll see if Cecina can... Oh, Cecina, though, not quite in a position to capitalize. I think Sasha's just going to get out for free. Yeah.
Yeah, Cecina sending over some garbage to Sasha's board, but it was all clean. Used it for a decent counter spike, but now Cecina's the one with all the clean garbage.
Getting into that ping pong and setting the clean back and forth again.
Yeah, certainly. Sasha, yeah, she needed to cancel what Cecina was sending. Cecina kind of just skimmy a little here. Oh, and the Elmis drop should be fine, but it's going to cost them a little bit of time and pace.
And Sasha here in a really bad position, just downstacking everything they can find, and they find a counter spike. Really well done there.
Yeah, that was just a really clean downstack combo from Sasha. It's what we've been seeing over and over again from them. But also, that does tell you that Cecina's really putting on the pressure, forcing Sasha into these tough defensive positions. Cecina really high up, but should be okay. Does get the quad into the T-spin into a further 17 spike with the STSD.
Oh, and looks like Sasha just misdropped their eyepiece, but they just managed to make it out. Thankfully, another eyepiece appeared in queue. Both players are just barely living each other's spikes. 19 from Sasha. Cecina under a bit of fire here with a bad stack. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah,
They opened the well.
Though. It's crucial. Like, they are going to be okay. Almost tops out there, but it's going to find the counter spike. And I think that will be it. Sasha gets topped out, and that's match point for Cecina.
Man, really well played there by Cecina. After all, it's not greed if it works out. Cecina daring to set up some T-spin setups at like row 17, and it did pay off.
And yeah, if you can just watch that garbage meter sometimes, you can kind of just know how much you're going to tank, and if it's just the right amount, you can really get like insane counter spike positions like that. Now, it looks like Cecina is misdropping here, and that will be Sasha taking one more. Still on match point for Cecina, but Sasha definitely bringing this even closer.
Yeah. Being on match point is definitely very scary, even if you're the one who just has one more to win, because you're sitting there sweating because you know that you just need one more to win.
Yeah, Sasha really getting pressured right now. Cecina sending over massive amounts of APM. Sasha, though, navigating it brilliantly here. Finds great downstack. Oh, but the Z placement might prove problematic. This is Cecina's opportunity. A little bit cheesed up, though, and it seems like Sasha's going to get out.
Oh, Sasha's just barely making it out there. I think they're quite nervous because, as you can see, they're using a lot of eyepieces for their downstack. Oh, but they make it out yet again.
This is incredible stuff from both players. Cecina, kind of the one in the driver's seat, usually has the higher APM, but Sasha just managing to navigate these situations so well, finding the important counter spikes in a lot of places.
Yeah, and now Sasha in a bad position here, but Cecina also in a really bad position. Both of them are gonna fight to make it out of their cheese as soon as they can. Cecina, though, dies to a spike sent from Sasha. Looks like Sasha just barely managed to find some attack out of that horrid garbage.
Yeah, now it's a tiebreaker, and as an organizer has pointed out, it is a guaranteed 6-7. Wow.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh, yeah, both players are definitely really nervous. This stacking is very, very, like, what's the word? It's like, they're not quite thinking the setups through before they get them.
It's very, like, yeah, erratic a little bit. And Cecina... Okay, does need to open up as well here. Does have pieces to do so. And Sasha, a little bit compromised on the stack. It's not great, but it's going for this aggressive T-spin option. Gets it off, and both players slightly cheesed up.
Both players are just sort of recovering right now, it seems, from their awkward positions and trying to once again build it back-to-back. Cecina with not a good position though. Sasha wasn't able to get ahead of the back-to-back despite Cecina's bad position. Oh, and a T misdrop from Sasha. That's rough.
Now, Sasha has the eye dependency on the left. Let's fill it out. Fill out the right side quite nice. Oh, though. Oh, the J misdrop. Should be okay to skim out of this with the good J spin fine.
Yeah. Both players being very nervous here at the tiebreaker. I think what's going to decide it is probably just one lucky counter spike. Looks like setups are out of the window. Players are just trying to play as reliably and defensively as they can. So who's going to find their lucky spike first?
Certainly, it's like you have like the blood pounding in your ears. You're just trying to find that one play to like really end it all. But both players hanging on here, setting back and forth. Both are in relatively okay positions. Cisna though does need a little bit of something. Finds a T-spin and is going to get the down stack.
Yeah, and absolutely proved me wrong there. There was Sasha setting some very nice pattern stacking. But their back-to-back break left such a rough position on their board because it looks like they were really trying to hold it for a lot longer than they should have. Finds the out. Cecina now has to be the one to continue their pattern stack. Oh, but they do break back-to-back.
Yeah, it's just a tough position. Both players having their fair share of misdrops. It must be just so nerve-wracking to be in their position. Sasha just needs to open up this wall a little bit. Cecina much cleaner with the spike. Doesn't quite kill Sasha. Sasha now has a really clean downstack opportunity. And no, Cecina doesn't have good pieces.
This might be the lucky spike we're looking for. Oh, but Cecina finds it out. And now both of them have spike stacks ready to go.
Oh, this could go either way. It's so close right now. Both players
Extremely
not giving an
volatile
inch.
position here. Yeah, just like an extremely volatile position here, as both players have a chance to find their lucky spike. They're setting the clean back and forth now. Okay, we might be nearing a conclusion here. Sasha has a really nice stack here. Meanwhile, Cecina is stuck on that coffin stack. They do get out, bro.
You're starting to see this gravity kick in. The pieces are falling much faster now. It seems to be throwing off the players somewhat. So, both are still kicking. A 12 spike there from Cecina. Just kind of in the middle of their down stack. Sasha, really low on the board, is looking to find this kill. Is this it?
Oh, and Sasha gets the win here. That is a win for WPI. Absolutely huge.
That was incredible there.
Looks like they were the first one to find their lucky spike. Really nicely done there.
Yeah, this WPI, kind of showing that what they're made of here. But again, there's been two different tiebreakers in this match already. So definitely a very much closer than like what the team seeding would suggest. These are been some really exciting matches, honestly.
And I think our final matchup here is going to be Tomosuke high U rank from Toronto versus HVC Hugh A rank from
Yeah, from WPI.
WPI.
You're good. But yeah, Chomsky definitely the best player in the lobby today by a quite considerable margin.
Yeah.
I think has nearly quadruple the versus score of I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm not gonna lie. But I get best of luck to both players.
Yeah. We can just call him Hugh.
Sure. Looks like it will be a warm-up though, so Chomsky copying out here with the 3 PPS just APM spam.
Yeah, that's rough. I have a feeling that the rest of the matches will probably look pretty similar to that one round.
Yeah, we're just down to the last match. Just whoever's been left. Both teams have kind of just exhausted their game plans. So yeah, it was just led to this. But honestly, it was like a great show regardless. But yeah.
And Chobusuke busting out the MS2, kind of cruel to MS2 against an A rank.
Another second PC.
I don't think Hugh's 4-wide worked out very well there.
Yeah, I mean that is definitely a plan for like a lower ranked player against much higher ranked players. 4-wide is one of those tools that can maybe just snipe a round or two away. You know, you can get that big counter spike if you get that lucky garbage, and you know that could be it.
Yeah, and Chobusuke forwarding right back saying, "Hey, you're gonna forward, I'm gonna forward." It looks like they misjumped here. I think they're being a little silly right now.
Yeah, it just doesn't have great pieces like at all for this. But I mean, Q is not really in the position to punish either. Just had a T-spin set up, no T-piece in miles, from what it seems like,
Yeah,
and at the top of the board, struggling a little bit.
Chobusuke really slowing down here. I think they're probably just trying not to do anything too silly. Okay, let's see what they'll open with here. Okay, another 4 wide from Chobusuke. Uh, is that also 4 wide? That is a 4 wide from PUBG. Okay, 4 wide versus 4 wide.
Yeah, Chomsky definitely showing that it is also in their arsenal as well. It's going to pop it first. And yeah, they've already gotten 14, 16, 20 out of it. Let's see if you can find something similar. It's actually doing pretty well. Just a full cancel.
Yep, managed to cancel all of it. But now he was gonna have to deal with Chomsuke's mid game, which is definitely not ideal. And Chomsuke setting up a 4-2 4 wide.
Definitely an interesting decision there, and just gets it off. Just sends more cheese onto Q's board, which is just looking like that straight cheddar right now. Super cheesy.
Yeah. Man, I think Hugh might be a little lactose intolerant. This cheese is not going very well for him. Come on,
Now, that
eat
is
it,
interesting.
eat it
I'm
all.
sure a good, like, large percentage of CTL is probably just lactose intolerant.
Definitely, yeah. Cheese is very difficult to deal with at any level. Chomsky setting up a side 4 wide now. Had a bit of a bad 4 wide state, but I think they may get it up here. Yes.
And yeah, it's kind of just
Okay.
Chomsky showing their 4 wide proficiency off there. Getting 3 different large 4 wide stacks off. And Q just couldn't really downstack in time.
Oh, and BT cannon from Chomsuke. What the heck?
Wow, and then the
That's
PC
crazy.
clear for Chomsky. Yeah,
Well, this
that
guy knows
BT
BT
loop.
looping. This guy knows ball. He's an old
This guy
school
does
player.
know ball. BT looping is definitely a rarer skill. I mean, there's a couple top players who use it. Like, I think I've seen Westel whip it out. Oh, but the team misdrop. There you go. That's the kind of issue with a lot of these kill openers. If you misdrop it, it's like really bad.
Oh, but finds a T-spin multiply out of it. But Hugh managed to survive it though. They were definitely ready to accept in that position. Oh, but the miss drop is really rough. That's like extremely lethal. Oh, nice skin though.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah,
no, we
Hugh
don't
just
have
doesn't
a
have great pieces.
big
Oh,
piece.
and the eye placement. I believe that was a misdrop. Yeah, just jumps up 5-0.
Okay, and Chunsuke moving with the MKO, and they know how to do the flip follow. That's very nice. Q, again, trying to set up a 4 wide, but 4 wide really does not work at all when your opponent can send an immediate burst of pressure, because you only build up like maybe 10 lines of 4 wide, and that's like almost nothing.
Right, now Chomsky once again with this BT cannon. Hugh seems to just want to skim out of the. Actually, counting to 4. Oh, attempted to count to 4. The misshot of the S piece and then the PC from Chomsky will spell the end of WPI in the first round of CTL. But it's you Toronto B with a pretty solid victory, though. We saw some great matches between several players.
Absolutely, yeah. I especially want to highlight the match of Sasha versus Cecina. That was very well done by Sasha, and I can't say I ever expected it to go that way, but I guess because when I was thinking about their strategy and what they were going for, whether they want to go for the one more surefire win or 2 much harder wins, I thought that the 2 much harder wins was like a less realistic scenario, but I think they knew that Sasha was just such a strong player that they had that option available.
Yeah, it was definitely a very impressive upset from Sasha. So yeah, just great stuff overall from both teams. And yeah, I guess thank you for both teams for playing. So we'll probably be going to an intermission. I believe the next match will probably start in about 15 minutes, and me and Ethanol will be passing it off to Stratus and May, who are also fantastic commentators.
Yes, thank you all for watching the very first round of CTO.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Tetris League. Tonight we're watching Purdue's B team, number 23 seed, versus UIUC's B team, 42nd seed. My name is May, and I'm joining Stratus here.
Hello, I'm Stratus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
a little bit different than you're used to, perhaps, right? We got lively setups here, big lively setups. I see we're getting in the mood in the Twitch chat, cheering on Binary Kiwis, who is playing tonight. Actually, another person
That
who's
is
been in the
true.
chat, Top Knowledge, is also playing tonight. Both of them are playing for UIUC, I believe.
Yep. Yep, that's
What the
right.
fuck?
That's right. Y'all ain't getting y'all ain't getting
No
our
face
faces.
cams.
Y'all getting
No face
this
cams.
instead.
What is this
What's up?
production value? We got some production
First name top.
value.
First name Top, last name Knowledge. That is correct.
That is correct. So yeah, please. My father was Top Knowledge. Call me Top. Call me Top. Get Top on the phone. Yeah, no.
Mr. Knowledge.
Mr. Knowledge. Elite ball knowledge. Well, what we've got here tonight is actually going to be very interesting because Purdue used to be a upper league team, but now they're competing in the lower division. So
that is true.
I expect to see some
Well,
pretty
this is their B
competitive.
team. This is
Well,
their
yeah,
B
but
team.
even Purdue's B team was upper league last season.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so at least. So, some of you may have noticed the Rutgers R on my shirt. We couldn't field a team, so I'm just the last remaining Scarlet Knight. And meanwhile, Stratus is just a cloud.
I just got here. It's my third day out here.
Top Knowledge, famously 3'9".
That's
Hey,
crazy.
it does not matter how tall or short you are, as long as you're at the top. That's Top Knowledge. That's elite ball knowledge for y'all.
That is true.
So, hold on. Before we get started, you want to talk about the players real quick?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell at least for Purdue, we have a pretty big spread of players. Their best is Pentag at around X rank, and then their weakest player is Brandmaster 64 with an S rank, and then we have two SS players and then a U rank, that being
Right.
Fraud Good, Tetragram, and Stalpo respectively. So overall, still pretty good.
Pretty good team across the board, yeah. And then meanwhile, on UIUC's team, Binary Kiwi leads the pack with a Glicko of 2011 and a rank of S+. Many of the players on UIUC were previously double S rank, and now clock in at about S themselves. They do have a substitution, Melee 33, playing for Purdue B in place of Hal. Is that tech choice? No, it's
Yeah, they got Tech Choice at Purdue. They got Tech Choice at Purdue now.
It's going to be an interesting match. Right now, I guess we're going to be waiting to see who each team decides to ban and who each team decides to pick. As you know, this year in the Collegiate Tetris League, we are doing a blind pick format. Each team will first pick a player from the other team to ban in the first round, and then pick a player to blindly face another opponent. Next round, the winning team will choose a player to go in first, and the losing team will counterpick. Or the first team can retcon the previous result into a 6-7 loss, and the same thing would go from there, with the winning team now taking the losing team's position. This is the first time I think this has happened with the counterpick buyback or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see if anyone decides to take him up on that option, especially UIUCB being the much lower seeded team.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting match, that's for sure.
Yeah, no. Can we just admire real quick stall pose profile picture? What is that? Is that Santa Claus? Like about
yeah, it's Santa Claus holding a banana.
That is incredible.
That's awesome.
Who
That
leaves
is
a banana
incredible.
for Santa Claus on Christmas? In Christmas, who leaves a banana?
I did that 1 year.
Why? I want to hear your reasoning.
I don't know. Look, I just wanted to figure out what happened, but I got cold. So, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it.
It's not worth it.
It really
yeah.
isn't.
In the meantime, we were actually sitting back here watching the previous match, and I gotta say, that was a really good match between who was it? Cecina and Sasha.
Stalpo.
Really
Quick
good
update:
match.
Stalpo and Top Knowledge have been banned from the blind pick.
Interesting. I think that's probably a safe decision to ban Top Knowledge. Top Knowledge is a very strong player. Just a few days ago, they actually hit SS rank, and they're a very consistent player too. They play a lot of matches, so pretty good to ban them for the first round.
They're ruling out Tetragram and Binary QE as well.
Okay. Again, Binary QE is the strongest, I believe, at the moment player, based on numbers.
Oh, here we go. Here
On
we
the
go.
UIUC.
We got our
Here we go.
first. Yep, we have our first matchup. Brian Masters 64 versus Milkshakes.
All right, it seems to be a very, very even match here based on Tetra League score. I'd probably be. Oh, hold on. Give me a second here while I pull more things up on my screen that is already extremely cluttered. Wish both players good luck as they set the tone here. Remember, both players are able to play a warm-up round if they so choose. I don't believe they have to, though. So we could just get straight into this.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Milkshake's boasting that they beat Zen, who is one of their subs. Also, pretty interesting to see here. Milkshakes is the faster player by attacks per minute, but slower versus on pieces per second. So it's gonna be cool. Shake that
Alright,
milk we're getting in chat here.
Here we go. It's PCO on both sides. Oh, it's a failed PCO and there's a misdrop. Unfortunate.
Oh, you hate
Unfortunate.
to see it. You really hate to see it. Those misdrops could very well cost Ryan in the long run. Milkshakes with a very clean board. Now setting up for just avoiding pretty much every attack that can come their way. Vinemaster not able to clear anything really, trying to skim, not really getting it. Strong setup on Milkshake's side. And that does it for the first round. That was the warm-up, I assume.
Yep.
But now we have a better grasp of these players' playstyle.
Yeah, this is definitely going to set the tone for the rest of the match, for sure.
Gonna be very interesting indeed. Very, very fast gameplay on Milkshake's side, and that failed PCO definitely cost Blind Master a little. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be the first match that actually counts for something. Remember, it is 1st to 7. All right, and now we're off. Getting what a T-spin double on Milkshake's side. Getting in for a T-spin triple and a T-spin double. We're seeing the back-to-backs coming fast. And that does it for the first round. Milkshakes takes this 1-0. Or suppose 0-1.
Yeah.
Neither of these teams are on home turf, so it could go either way.
And there's a PC. Unfortunately failed. However, let's see what happens. Is
setting up
some interesting moves going here on both sides.
Milkshake is setting up for some kind of back-to-back spin here. T-spin double into another T-spin double. Back-to-backs are highly favored in it wasn't Imperial Cross? Cool.
I believe so. I could be wrong.
Back-to-backs are I believe now like the strongest possible mechanic in here, and there goes the additional surge attack now coming in. That does it as strong spikes. 2-0. Milkshake's taking lead. Seeing here. T-spin double opener. into another T-spin double, but pretty much clears the perfect clear opening that Vine Master sent off over there. Upstacking pretty aggressively, Vine Master, being able to better get the clears off of the attacks that Milkshakes are sending their way. Seeing now, the aggressive upstacking isn't really doing so well for Vine Master, since Milkshakes is better able to time their moves to counter clear and send more garbage back. The board is just very, very clean on Milkshake's side.
Yeah. Ooh, Brian had a bit of a miss drop, but was able to save it somewhat.
Field is not very level, however, on Vine Master's side.
Yeah.
We see Milkshake
Lot of
now.
garbage.
Both players really just trying to stay alive and stay competitive in the match here. Milkshakes with the T-spin double for your trouble coming in. Vine Master is waiting for this opportunity to get the quad off, but does not, and then the other quad off. But in the process, there's a couple of misdrops.
The
creating
board's
a
looking
few
like
messy
Swiss
holes
cheese.
there.
It's not looking good.
It's not good. You don't want to see that in your match. The last thing you'd ever
don't
want to see
wanna
in your
see
match is just a lot of cheese. The Parmesan Prince is not welcome on Tetrio property.
This is true. OSK actually banned the Parmesan Prince.
You actually, the funny thing about the Parmesan Prince is that he actually doesn't show up so much in matches like these. We haven't seen much cheese from either player really. Very much focused on strong attack spikes coming in and back-to-back spins, as has been the dominant focus of Tetrio. Coming in.
Here, there's a T-spin setup coming in. There's a TSD coming in from Brian, going over to Milkshake.
Milkshake wants his T-spin double, gets it actually. Now just down stacking pretty aggressively. No time to set anything up. Might be able to set up something if they can. Yeah, there they go. They get the T-spin double in there, but it's refuted instantly by a triple. Another one coming up soon. Trying to get the timing perfect here for the back-to-back. Gets the double. Very interesting. Vine Master was building up very aggressively towards the top there. A well-timed spike might have done the trick there. A missed drop on Milkshake's side. That's pretty rough to see there. Not quite sure how they're going to get their way out of that one. There's the 180 L-spin single, actually. L-spins do count for back-to-back, I believe, in Tetrio, do they not?
I believe they do.
Very good. I actually don't know, but here we go. Back-to-back Tetrises from Vine Master, sending Milkshakes for the first time into the top half of the board. And that'll do it actually for that
There it
round.
is.
Vine Master takes their first one, 1-2 for Purdue.
Seems the game
UIUC
is becoming
still
more
leading.
even.
Gradually.
Seems to get a little
Coming
bit.
in, we get what?
Oh, is that? Okay, a failed PCO, unfortunate. And then Milk on the
T-spin
other hand,
triple setup
going
into a
for
T-spin double.
Yup.
Interesting. Start to the math, a triple and a quad. That's a pretty intense attack there by Milkshakes. Vine Master now having to figure out what to do with all this garbage sent their way. Gets the single and then a quad off. Spike coming in for Milkshakes. Messy board setup over here.
It's gonna be a bit of a. Milk seems to be in a bit of a pickle.
A little bit of a pickle, which you wouldn't want. Which again, you wouldn't want Milk to be in.
Yeah, you wouldn't want pickles in your milkshake.
It would curdle the milk.
Definitely not. It would. Totally.
We're seeing Milkshakes. Milkshakes completed their down stacking and in fact has a huge ball of garbage over here to get back-to-back quads off of if they so choose. Ryan has to work through a little bit of cheese to get further down. Both players seem to be... Ryan seems to be aggressively down stacking now, in contrast to what we saw earlier in the match until we go with the T-spin double. What seems to be a misdrop salvaged by Milkshakes there. Gets the single off, gets the double off. Very much a very even match to start off with. I mean, we anticipated this because of the very similar stat lines and similar Tetra League scores. But it's kind of interesting how these players seem to be on roughly the same wavelength. Milkshake's in a
Yeah.
dire situation
Ooh,
now.
That could
That'll
be
do
bad.
it.
Ah, there it goes.
2-2.
2-2.
Equal. Equal scores going into this fifth round of the set actually. Seems to be
Brian
doesn't get
seems to be going for
oh,
the. Ooh, that
what-
was a bad
oof.
miss shot. I was gonna say Brian seems to be going for the perfect clear opener pretty often, which honestly isn't bad. It's just it's not always likely to, you know, actually work out and get the well clear. So it really matters on how you recover from that. And,
It's hard
Brian
for it to
seems
pay off, but last round, last match actually that we streamed on the channel, we actually did see a very interesting opener that led from a series of T-spins into a PCO, or a perfect clear, and that was very interesting to see. Right now,
Yeah.
Milkshake's fending their way through a mountain of garbage. Brian keeping up on the attack, making sure that Milkshakes just cannot get anything in edgewise. The reputations are getting stronger on Brian's side. Better able to cope with what Milkshakes is sending over. Very interesting to see that it's interesting to see both players adapt over the course of the set.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Ooh, another brutal misdrop from Brian Master, but is he able to clean it up?
in relatively short order, but take a look at that spike. There it is.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Not nearly.
That's
There goes
2-3.
2-3. Wow. PCO again. Doesn't quite get it. What is happening on Milkshake's screen?
Something happened.
They're cooking.
Something happened. Oh,
I'm seeing fire in the kitchen, but I'm not sure what they're cooking.
is this a new opener? Are they
Is
making
this
up
the first
is-
new opener of 2026? No, but it was. But they found their way out of that predicament relatively fast. But you do have to wonder. There's an L spin actually. Down to pretty much a relatively good, just a relative starting point for getting other things off. There's a T-spin double into another double, line clear, and then a quad sending a pretty good spike over to Brian's side. Seeing fire in the kitchen but nothing is cooking is a crazy bar. I mean, it accurately described what I was seeing. Brian now fending their way through the garbage, having down stacked pretty aggressively. Might not be able to get anything off
Unfortunate,
in time before the
though.
attack comes in.
Had he
It is not
downstacked just a
2-4.
little bit more, he might have been able to hold his ground. But
UIUC
unfortunately,
is
that's not
leading,
how it went.
despite being the lower ranked team in the initial bout. Stacking very fast in the opener by Milkshake. T-spin triple inbound, T-spin double.
There it is.
S-spin
No.
single for a back-to-back
There's no way.
chain. This surge, the next, as soon as Milkshake breaks their back-to-back streak, this surge could go crazy. Unfortunately, with the mountain of garbage that Brian was able to get off, the surge was cleared pretty much instantly.
I just
now
want to
it's just
also
a
point
matter
out that botched. I just want to point out that botched PCO that you saw at the beginning. That was really unfortunate to see. And I think that could have gone. That
It could have gone a different way if they were able to get that PCO off.
easily.
Now, Milkshake's in a bit of a predicament here, trying to open up some opportunities down the line for greater attacks, getting them. Actually, as a matter of fact, there it is. 2 and 5, UIUC leading. What do you think is going to happen in the next round now that we know what we've seen from both teams so far? Milkshakes is one of the stronger players on UIUC, but I just think it's an interesting way to start all this. Seeing a lot of interesting setups and fast movement. I'm interested to see what the higher ranked players on both teams can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Like I've said a lot. It's gonna be
Milkshakes with
very interesting to see how this goes.
With back-to-back spins.
There's a Tetris from Brian Master.
Boom, Tetris to Brian Master. It's nice to get a break from all the fast-paced gameplay and get some good old-fashioned, relatively slow-moving Tetris to really break down and analyze as best we can.
Yeah.
What? What? Oh,
Ooh,
critical
that
misdrop
was-
of Lion
that
Master
was-
right there. That's
yeah.
unfortunate to see. Nevertheless, neither player has really much time to rest on their laurels here because there's just so much garbage and constant attacks from the other side coming in. Not able to clear the garbage milkshakes. And now with the garbage well blocked by their own pieces. Gets the quad off. Blind Master has next to nothing to refute. That's going to have to take the garbage. He's been single, starting off with the back-to-back chain for milkshakes. Back triples, unfortunately, do not count towards back-to-back, so now we're back to where we were. A combo from Blind Master.
The well's open.
the well is open.
The well
His
is
eyepiece
open.
to yeah, the well.
Here comes the spike.
Put milkshake into their lactose intolerant. I don't know if you're gonna see that right now. It's 3-5. Milkshake still has the lead. Put them into their lactose intolerance is crazy. Who up in their lactose intolerance arc? That was a back-to-back T-spin doubles to open the game, sending 5 lines of garbage over to Blind Master, and more to come. Clean garbage does give Blind Master a bit to work with if they're able to get off anything at all, but it just seems to be that the timing is a little bit better on Milkshake's side as we've seen throughout the match. The biggest problem here is the biggest problem is I see a lot of misshots coming in from Blind Master's side, and you hate to see it, especially when otherwise the attacking is very strong over on Purdue's side.
Yeah, it seems like some settings might need to be adjusted.
Maybe so, but it's still interesting to see how they managed. Very good call spinning the T-piece that way so as to not block the well by Milkshake. Set up for a quad, or perhaps the setup for a T-spin triple coming down the line if they can just get there. It is, and another T-spin single. The well is now open for them to continue down stacking. Blind Master's 9-0, however, is not going to be stopped. They're going very, very fast, doing the best of what they can.
Although that was a very interesting move with the S pieces over there, having a few.
I was going to
holes.
say, I believe Blind Master actually did have an O piece in the hold slot at the time. I don't know why. I do know why they might not use it.
Probably a finesse thing. If
3-6. 3-6. UIUC is still leading. Starting off with a PCO on both players going for the PCO. Milkshake's not getting it.
Milkshake's missing it. And they're gonna get a massive spike of garbage.
And Blind Master is very quickly taking the lead. Taking the lead with the offense. Trying to build up as many strong attacks as they can. Using the garbage to their advantage in that way. And a very interesting L-piece placement right there. There were surely safer options to do than that, but I think all spin is kind of aura.
Yeah.
Similar garbage fields on both teams, however, Brian is just in a much more apt position to start down stacking and sending attacks over. With Milkshakes not having too much to work with, this could
Well,
perhaps
I see that eyepiece though. Okay, there's some recovery strats going down.
Milkshake's taking their time, roughly. Their pieces per second is just massive. It's way lower than Lion Masters. They get the piece and double off. But it's interesting because their attacks their attack rates are not that different, are they?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a matter of really speed.
The timing has worked so far in clearing the garbage, but with the hole being blocked by their own piece over there, they don't have too much wiggle room to work with. Nah,
No.
you hate to see it. It's 4-6. The momentum is swung in Purdue's direction. This could, it looked like it was going to be either team's game from the outset. This is a lot closer than I thought it would be, though. I'll say.
A PCO attempt turned into a TSD coming from Brian.
And is now just, again, relentlessly down stacking.
What is Milkshake's doing? Oh no! Can he recover from this?
What are they cooking?
What is
5
going
seeds,
on?
almost getting to the tiebreaker round. This is honestly, you know how they say the second best time, like the best time to plant a tree is yesterday, and the second best time is like now.
Oh, another PCO misdrop! What's going on? Misdrops from both players now. This is interesting. Wow.
This game
already
might be
getting some cheese
entirely
in the
decided
beginning.
by accuracy.
Yeah.
But
Wow. What
there it is again. As I said, like you know how the saying is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time's today. The best time for Milkshakes to end this game is now, because the tiebreaker round, if it keeps going like this, the momentum is swung entirely in Purdue's direction. Although it is not looking too great for Brian over here, who has upstacked themselves into perhaps an early grave. Oh, but here comes they've blocked their own well. However, this could be a little harder to
They unblock it. It's
especially
yeah,
with
it
the
seems like the
4 or
garbage is
5
really-
layers of cheese that they have to work.
Yeah. The garbage is looking a little cheesy over on Brian's side.
Not what you like.
It's
to see.
up to
And there it is. The first set was taken by UIUC. Milkshakes taking the W. 7-5.
wow. That was one hell of a game, especially at the ending. That was like incredible.
Yeah. Although you really do hate to see the accuracy troubles from both players, because I think some really great like matches, some really great
Yeah.
plays where you can't let up your guard for a second. A misdrop gives the opponent so much initiative.
Exactly, and not only that, but it really also matters on how you can recover from those misdrops. And I think both players did a pretty good job at doing so. I mean, you saw some insane spins and some insane tucks there, but
Yeah, especially on Milkshake, and Milkshake's used a lot of interesting L and J piece placements. And so now we're going into the second round. Remember, the winning team gets to pick first unless they buy a counter pick, and then the losing team gets to pick a player to go up against that player. So UIUC will have their pick of player to go in first, and then Purdue will get the counter pick. Unless, of course, UIUC buys the counter pick. We shall find out
which
with
would be
time.
that would be very interesting choice.
Okay. Kirby music is peak. We cannot actually hear the music. Okay, the match is in, I believe.
Is it?
Players have been chosen. We're going to be seeing Binary Kiwi from UIUC against Tetragram from Purdue B. Stratus, what can you tell me about Tetragram?
Well, Tetragram is an SS rank, of course. Yeah, SS rank. PPS of 1.9, which is really good. Oh, you can also see the stats on the screen. A 1.94 PPS versus 1.56, and then their versus score of 1.153 versus a 116. So Binary Kiwi also says they place 17th in a Destiny 2 raid race.
Destiny 2? I don't think I've played Destiny 2 since I was little. Spam this to help Kiwi. The underdog is being rooted for hard here, and I wish them the best of luck to keep UIUC's winning streak alive. Can we turn up the volume? Can we turn up the volume?
Can we turn up the volume?
I would love it if we could. We're off to the races, though. He spin double into a quad for Tetragram, starting the match off strong with 2 very quick attacks. Binary Kiwi, however, playing extremely fast compared to Tetragram.
Tetragram doing some interesting spins. I think they were trying to go for a some sort of TSD, but failed. Well, there's the TSD that they wanted to get earlier.
Hard to say. Dealing with some pretty chaotic placements pretty well over on Binary Kiwi's side. Not able to fully ward off the garbage, and now is dealing with some top of the field play, and not exactly in the way that one would expect. This is interesting placement there of that Z-piece. Well, that was just the warm-up round, so you'll probably get to see some. Hopefully, they have a better idea of what they're up against, both players.
Yeah. Apparently, we're still quiet. So, I don't know if I can boost it
Hold on.
in
Let me
further.
just.
Also gonna
Oh.
Oh, you don't need to do all that.
Hey guys, if you donate to the prize pool, I will eat my microphone live on stream.
Oh god, don't do that.
Alright, okay. Here we go. First match that actually counts. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Immediate T-spin double from Binary Kiwi, responded to in kind, back to back. Both players now. Spike came in fast for Tetragram, taking the lead early, 1-0. Okay. Double triple cannon over there for Tetragram, it looks like.
Yep. DT cannon comes from Tetragram. Interesting move.
As well as a
I
Jason
personally
single.
try not to... Yeah, I personally try not to do DT cannons. They take up a lot of time, and because you have to really look towards what, like, 2 different bags for one setup, just because you can't look for 2 T pieces. But
That said, I
oh
do
no!
I think
Fire
Tetragram
King-
feels a little bit more secure playing fast because they are more confident perhaps in their accuracy. Although some interesting placement might just do them in here. This is dangerous for Tetragram if they can't. Yeah. Binary Kiwi takes that one 1-1. Pretty well deserved, I'd say. Messy placement there by Tetragram there towards the end. Another DT cannon for Tetragram, who's already got their first 2 T pieces in relatively short order. However, it was quick.
I could have been. Oh man!
Responded to in kind with a T-spin triple. That's a lot of garbage coming their way. The back-to-back streak has kicked off for Tetragram, who now has a back-to-back of 7 now. I swear to God.
Nobody said anything.
I'm worried. But no.
I'm also worried for this game. Tetragram might just like, I mean, look, it's just like, that's just 6-3
Blazing
stacking.
fast, wow.
Tetragram go for some 6-3 stacking. Wow,
I
what
spin.
an insane spin.
But the
What?
spins, the flashiness is not helping. 1 and 2, Binary Kiwi takes the lead. You wonder. Tetragram is clearly a very capable player.
What
is that?
What's the move here? What's the move there? What was going on
Pretty
there?
rough
Maybe a
start
little-
to the match for Tetragram as Binary Kiwi starts to kick up the heat a little. Hoping for a T-spin double here. Gets it. Down stacks very aggressively. Surge let off by Binary Kiwi for a little bit of garbage on the side. Kiwi hitting Tetragram with that vitamin C, says Science Cyber. Yeah, that's about right. That said, nowhere close to 1s and 0s here for Binary Kiwi, who is now struggling at the very top of the screen. Able to get off the quad and beginning to downstack very aggressively. With Tetragram setting up T-spins galore. Rough placement there on that. Trying to get the T-spin in takes a little bit too long for their liking, I bet. An attack is quickly refuted by Binary Kiwi.
Tetragram's sending over a lot of garbage at the moment. There's a... Ooh,
A lot of garbage for Binary
that
Kiwi.
one.
A lot of garbage, but Binary
Oh, no.
Kiwi's been managing it very well, and now with Tetragram sending off a quad, Binary Kiwi looking for a T-piece. Gets it just in time to ward off some of the garbage and send some more Tetragram's way. Now, Tetragram, when they get very close to the screen, has recently been a little bit too flashy for their own good, and now might be... there it is.
Tetragram's been
Binary
slipping
Kiwi.
a little bit.
The underdog is
Tetragram's
ahead by
slipping.
2. The underdog's ahead by 2. 3-1 UIUC leads. Here we go.
If anyone noticed, they were mistructuring just a little bit that last round. It seems like they need to lock in a little bit. There's the DT cannon though, that goes through.
DT cannon goes through, but it's sent back by an even stronger attack by Binary Kiwi, who actually, matter of fact, now has the well open, looking for 2 eyepieces probably here. D-spin double for your trouble coming in hot for Binary Kiwi. 9-0 for Tetragram coming in. With an interesting Z drop for a T-spin double. Looks like they were deciding there for a second about what they wanted to do. Or perhaps they were waiting for better timing. Binary Kiwi in a rough spot right now, trying to find a way to downstack and ward off these attacks. Doesn't quite find it. 4-1. No, 2-3. Sorry. I accidentally gave UIUC the win again. See, chat, this is why you don't let just anyone commentate your games. Binary Kiwi giving Tetragram a taste of his own medicine. DT Cannon gets off. D-spin double in short order fast. Kiwi taking the initiative very seriously this round. Probably hoping not to get Binary Kiwi's the one to Purdue 0. Rough placement by Binary Kiwi here, not able to get their way out of that one. It's 3-3 even.
That one was unfortunate. I have nothing else to say.
That's rough. That's rough, man, says Stratus. We are T-spin double sent back the garbage over there as Binary Kiwi begins to work up a back-to-back streak. Mini Z-spin double kicks off the start of an attack for Tetragram, who seems to be just a little bit ahead in terms of down stacking and, you know, board placement and piece placement and all that, and things that I don't really feel fully qualified to talk about. So Stratus, lend me some advice here. What are we seeing over here from Tetragram right now?
Well, Tetragram right now is really prioritizing on T-spins. Well, no, yeah, well, there you go. There's a TSD. Right now, really, the aim of the game is just trying to send as many. A lot of players tend to go for T-spins, especially. They go for T-spins.
Right.
Fuck, sorry, I don't know, man.
Right now, Binary Kiwi is down stacking, trying to send back as much as they can, preparing an attack of their own. Tetragram is just a little bit ahead of them, be able to keep the momentum going a little bit forward in their direction as they try to break the tie right now and take a lead, swing the momentum of the game in their favor. Binary Kiwi starting to downstack a little bit harder, but Tetragram has reached the bottom of their board. Tetragram about to get off a T-spin double. A lot of unfortunate piece selection here by Binary Kiwi, or against Binary Kiwi, leads to them not being able to clear up their pieces. 4-3, Purdue takes the lead. As you said, though, we've been seeing a lot of adventurous. Whoa!
Whoa! What's going on over in
Tetragram starts the game very interestingly. T-spin triple and a T-spin double, but not a DT cannon from Binary Kiwi. Or I guess it would be a DT cannon, technically. But a very interesting start to the match by Tetragram. That single mistake might cost them the match if they can't get their momentum back. And Binary Kiwi seems to be taking the torch and running with it very, very, very fast. The chat is extremely hyped, wants to see Kiwi pull out a W here. Tetragram determined to try and find their way out of the mess that is shown up here. Interesting drop there, not to try and clear up the well a little bit more, but Kiwi's attack is just too strong, cannot find a way out. It's 4-4 even again. Judging by the Tetra scores, you would have expected it to be a little bit more of a mismatch, but Kiwi has been holding their own very, very well.
Yeah. Not only that, but Tetragram's also been slipping a little bit. Oh, there's the DT cannon. Both of them are going for
Both
DT
of them are with
actually.
nearly identical setups to start off the match. Binary Kiwi gets off a quad at the end there.
Tetragram following up with another TSD. And going into another attack.
And actually breaks their streak, immediately sending a surge attack over to Binary Kiwi, who now has to cope with a large amount of garbage and a small amount of cheese at the very end there. Rough, strange placement there. And the lead is returned to Purdue, 5-4. With this kind of setup, I could expect to see something very fast from Binary Kiwi. It's like they knew what they wanted as soon as they saw the piece selection. Tetragram, on the other hand, seems to be going for almost just skimming. Would have been a perfect clear if not for the mountain of garbage. which they have handily undone. It's interesting to see how fast Tetragram is able to attack and swing the momentum of a game completely in their favor. Binary Kiwi has been putting up quite the fight, but when Tetragram gets the lead, it seems to stay with them. 6-4. Chad is holding on for a comeback. UIUC, the lesser seed, or not the lesser seed, but the lower ranked seed going into this match. The underdogs for sure, but they actually did take the first game, hoping for a repeat of the events that we saw just a few moments ago. Binary Kiwi with a T-spin double coming in. And a mountain of garbage for Tetragram. They've started to build up an immunity, started to build up strong attacks with a T-spin double instead of a Tetris there. The Tetris is here now.
Yeah, that's one thing that is...
And a strong attack to finish off Tetragram to make it 6-5. The comeback begins, perhaps.
Yeah, it's unreal. These players are both trading back and forth, trading games back and forth.
It's been an interesting match, I'll say that much. Interesting openings from both players. A T-spin double back to back, and the T-spin triple to answer it from Binary Kiwi. Tetragram starting to take a little bit more time in their piece decisions, trying to avoid any more misdrops as we saw earlier in the match. Costing them a little bit of momentum though, although both players seem to have similar attacking speeds, Binary Kiwi may just have the upper hand right now. If they can get through this well. Well, they did. Kiwis have never flown before today. Kiwis are flightless birds, aren't they?
They are flightless birds.
Which is very interesting considering that we've been seeing extremely high level gameplay. There are other ways to get high, I suppose. Anyways, we are watching as Tetragram is starting to get their second wind in this match. Starting to downstack aggressively as Binary Kiwi has blocked the well for themselves. Opened it up right there to start up another attack. T-spin double, back to back. Hit the road jack and don't you ever come back. No more, no more, no more, no more.
Ooh, bars.
T-spin double from Binary Kiwi levels the playing field just about. If Tetragram refutes most of the garbage, still takes a couple hits in the way.
Tetragram right now with a open well, a 0-9. Waiting though. One thing you'll see is oh wait, never mind. You're not seeing anything.
Speaking of, and that was an exciting match, back and forth constantly. 7-5. That one goes to Purdue.
That was a very, very, very close. That was a closer match than I personally expected.
It was, but I was excited to see such back and forth gameplay. I was hoping that I wouldn't see any matches that were too far out of orbit. And so far, I've not been let down. These are pretty great. It's not a caster curse if you say never mind fast enough. Yeah, pretty much.
It's also it's not a caster curse if you talk fast enough and then take like what you said too. So,
Tetragram,
but yeah.
Tetragram and Binary Kiwi both played extremely good games, but it just came down to sheer attacking speed to decide a winner there. Binary Kiwi again levels out the playing field, makes it 12-12 actually. Can I just say though, watching them work their way out of misdrops is one of the most satisfying things to watch as a caster, because you start to get this feeling of how exactly are they going to work their way out of this one. And
yeah, especially same with like garbage. Same with garbage too. Like, how do you deal with like, you know, your board looking like Swiss cheese? Oh, here we go. We got fraud. We got fraud good versus top knowledge. The second to most messages sent in CTL.
Is that true?
I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen knowledge be a very active person in the server, and also I've seen knowledge play in some of the friendlies that
they were playing in friendlies just last night.
Yeah.
So here comes I believe the warm-up match.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the warm-up match. Remember that Purdue had first pick this round because they won the last round, so UIUC sent in Top Knowledge to face Fraud Good. Right off the bat, we're seeing some interesting piece placement from Top Knowledge. And Fodgood, who has the momentum, is taking advantage of Top Knowledge's inability to find a well.
Ooh.
Quick first
Also, the
round,
number
but that
one
was
is,
just the warm-up.
Also, the number one person in terms of messages is Plu.
Really? I would have never guessed.
Yes.
Bennett wishes luck to UIUC. Never underestimate the underdog. They did start out this whole series with a win. It is 12-12. This match does determine who takes the lead.
Good luck to everybody. This is a battle of the Midwest.
Battle of the Midwest. Here we go. Top Knowledge coming in with TKI.
Oh yeah, Plu was the former head organizer. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. Top Knowledge with a TKI followed by a T-spin double and another T-spin double to get a strong early attack off. Unable to refute the comeback by Fodgood though, as their well is locked in. Gets the quad and then the double off to send some more stuff Fodgood's way. And Fodgood, who has created cheese for themselves, now having to struggle to find the well that they want. Built down to it, got the quad. Top Knowledge sending vast amounts of cheese back. If you look at the bottom half of Fodgood's board, it is a nightmare. And this 1-8 is a nightmare if you're Fodgood and you're dependent entirely on the I pieces to get forward. Interesting misdrop there of the J piece by Top Knowledge. And with an unlucky bag, unable to find their way out of that one is 1-0 Fodgood. Takes the lead. Okay. Ooh, what is this? It's a DT cannon from Top Knowledge to start off the match.
I believe that's C-spin. So DT.
Same
DT
difference.
Close enough. It's just one is the triple goes first and then the double.
Yeah, I believe that is what we saw from Top Knowledge, is the T-spin triple coming first. What we are seeing though is difficulty overcoming a mountain of cheese. 2-0 Fodgood. Purdue takes the lead.
They say Top Knowledge is the best player in college. Will it turn out to be true though with this match?
Top Knowledge blazing fast out the gate with another C-spin, but Fodgood gets the PCO off first. I worry a little bit about the speed that Top Knowledge starts the match, because it seems like from there they have a little bit more difficulty pursuing what they want. See right here. And you don't love to see a 3-0 start to the match if you're UIUC. If you're Purdue, however, you are savoring this. It is delicious. It's in your mouth. It's succulent.
Here's another C-spin coming in from Top Knowledge. Fodgood trying to set up something, but will he be able to set it up in time before? Nope. Unfortunately not.
And UIUC.
Unfortunately not. Top Knowledge taking the first. Fodgood going for the PCO here and gets it. Top Knowledge.
The
has to
PCO
deal
is
with
responded
C-spin.
to by another C-spin. Knowledge takes their first one of the set. Can they take that momentum and run with it? Maybe so, because it seems like with the well open, Fodgood is attempting to mount a comeback with Top Knowledge not having too much in the way of an ability to respond right now. Well's open for Top Knowledge. Gets the quad. T-spin double in for Fodgood. And some misdrops might cost Top Knowledge this round. Indeed, they are able to work their way back by opening the well just in time and getting a cheeky Tetris in. This does not bode well for them, however. 4-1, Fodgood still leading. Okay. It is interesting to see if... Oh! What is happening here? Oh, yeah. T-spin triple opening, and then here comes another... Abandons the second T-spin in favor of just clearing out more garbage. Desperately trying to skim more and more because Fraud Good is able to get such huge spikes off in short order. Fraud Good now approaching the top of their screen, having upstacked a little too close to the sun. 4-2, Top Knowledge takes a win.
This game seems to be a little
Arithmetic
closer.
wants Knowledge to show them why they're the top. I don't need to know.
Oh, Fraud Good gets the PCO.
Fraud Good gets
Top
the
Knowledge.
PCO. Top Knowledge now creating a well in the middle of the board to feed more Tetrises into. Gets the T-spin double here as well.
Doing some both players doing
A
some
Z-spin
5-4
double keeps
stack
the
kick.
beast. The Z-spin double keeps the back-to-back dream alive, and the surge attack gets it a little bit more. Lets off the surge here, Fraud Good. And mountain of garbage sends Top Knowledge reeling towards the top of the screen. Watching here as Top Knowledge gets the T-spin double off with a couple of misdrops that could very well cost them if Fraud Good can take the opportunity to take the lead. 5-2, Fraud Good, Purdue leads. There are moves being made I didn't know could be done.
It is incredible. We're seeing new things happen every day.
Top Knowledge loves this opening, but does this opening love Top Knowledge? Indeed, it might, because Top Knowledge has downstacked all the way to the bottom of the board. Fraud Good with no easy way through.
Fraud Good did some interesting maneuvers beforehand. Will they be able to make their way back down?
Both of these players are very disciplined. They love sticking to what they know best. Top Knowledge has played the same opening every round, actually. I believe Fraud Good has played PCO, I think, actually every round as well, hasn't it? Or have they tried?
Like every other round. Yeah. Again, PCO doesn't work all the time, so it's always good to have some sort of backup. Yeah.
Hole on the side there for Top Knowledge, trying to get through, setting up for a T... Nope, just a normal double. Here's the T-spin double. There we go. Commentator curse doesn't always exist. Going for that triple there creates an interesting hole in their setup, Top Knowledge. And while Fraud Good is aggressively downstacking to stay ahead, clears out the last 4 lines of garbage and is now setting up for a T-spin double to start a back-to-back streak. Quad coming in. The surge mechanic makes it really interesting whenever a player starts to get really large amounts of back-to-backs. So now I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing a surge coming in from Fraud Good anytime soon, especially as their back-to-back streak climbs to 4.
Fraud Good doing some various spins here
6.
and there.
And that Z-spin contributed to just a little bit of a stronger attack that Top Knowledge manages to completely neutralize. All that talk about surge attacks, Top Knowledge manages to work out and shows them why they're the top. It's an interesting Z-spin double move right there for Fraud Good to get the cleaner placement of the Z-spin. Fraud Good wants this T-spin. By God, they will get it. Streak is now up to 6. They love to get up to 6 and then destroy and then drop it. Top Knowledge is in a good position to be able to counter it though. We're seeing a very close match actually between these two players, the closest one we've seen this set. And I think it's because Top Knowledge is playing a lot more reservedly. They are still playing extremely fast, mind you, almost 300 pieces a second. But their placements have gotten a little bit more accurate. I've been seeing less misdrops from them and a lot more calculated plays. Fraud Good has been playing good this entire match, but has sort of taken their foot off the gas a little bit. I might speak a little bit too soon, because if they can get this off, then there were T-spins coming up for Top Knowledge to have to deal with. But Top Knowledge has their foot on the gas.
Interesting move with the L-spin single. Now they have a well that they have to... Never mind.
300 PPS Knowledge. 330 PPS at their peak, apparently. Here comes the 5-3 match. Top Knowledge going for the same opening. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, because Fraud Good takes 5 lines of garbage right out the gate. Clears it, opens the well. Waiting for the right time to send back more garbage. L-spin single into what looked like a T-spin single as well. So to start off, Top Knowledge is down stacking. Now it's 9-0 for Top Knowledge. T-spin double coming up in Fraud Good's immediate future with a 7 back-to-back streak. And an S-spin single to top things off before I believe we see their surge broken right here. Top Knowledge not in a position to do anything about it. Takes a few lines of garbage. The playing field is a lot more even than it was a few seconds ago.
Yeah, and there it is. Match point for Purdue.
Purdue wins here and they take it all. Well, they don't take it all, but they get pretty ahead. Top
Yeah.
Knowledge with the...
What's Froggood? Oh, interesting. Froggood hesitated a little bit. What's going on?
Top Knowledge with the secret grade.
Top knowledge on the other hand with a bit
This
of a Picasso
is-
painting over there. This isn't looking good.
Tragic.
And that's game. What an unfortunate final game. Wow.
You don't love to see it end like that, but props to Top
yeah.
Knowledge for making the 5-3 match absolutely legendary. Props
Yeah.
to Froggood for playing very good that entire match. Good game for both teams.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. What an ending. Can I just
That
say
was-
that was a really
love to
good
see it.
match.
You
But,
love to see
wow.
it. That ending was insane. Top Knowledge is closer to Washington Color Field than to Picasso. Top Knowledge was resembling a little bit of a Mark Rothko at the end there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Wow,
do.
These games have been pretty close. I will also say these games have been pretty close. I thought there would be a little bit more disparity, but each player has been sort of holding their own.
Yeah, each player has been holding their own. The matches are a lot closer. There have been no shutouts so far, and that's a really important thing to note here. Purdue is leading 19-15. There are still three players on both teams who have not played. So we will be awaiting to see who Purdue picks to go first. UIUC will then counterpick. I don't anticipate seeing Purdue opting for a buyback because that would just give UIUC the lead. Rothko is
Right.
part of the Washington Color Field. Is Rothko? Hold on. I have no idea about art movements. Rothko is not. No, Rothko is not part of the Washington Color School, I don't believe. Because Rothko is like way off in his own thing in the abstract expressionism thing. I think color fields are a thing that he did, but I don't think he was part of that scene. Enough about that.
Yo, chat. What's your
Players
favorite
have been
color? Put it in the...
You rank Stalpo up against S- rank Mining Pi coming in.
Certified to operate a 128-year-old 12-foot refracting telescope at our campus's observatory. That's cool as hell.
That is incredible. This is one of the matchups.
This is gonna be yeah. Let's hope it's just as even as the previous matches.
This is going to be quite the upset if UIUC can find a way out of this one. However, it's important to never count anyone out.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a tough one, though. This is going to be a very tough one, I think.
Yeah. At least what we're seeing on the stats. I mean, again,
Stats
2.4
don't tell the whole
PPS versus
story.
1.4. It really just, again, we'll have to see how speed factors into this.
We're off into the warm-up match, and already Stalpo is blazing fast with a T-spin triple and a T-spin single out the gate, running pretty much unimpeded as Mining Pi is up against.
Stalpo's so fast,
mountain
Mining Pi
of
wasn't even
already.
able to get the PCO. And that's
Blazing fast.
blazing fast.
Stalpo took that one in 19 seconds. We did see previous warm-up matches go very fast, and they weren't at all indicative of what we saw from the previous 2 sets, actually. So I'm not all that worried about this being a total blind. Stalpo is very cool, says the chat. I will say, being able to operate a huge, gigantic old telescope, that's aura. That's aura.
That's awesome.
In like the LCD screen profile picture, that's aura too. Here comes the first
Yeah.
match of the set.
Good luck to everybody.
Good luck to all, and we're off. Stalpo with the similar setup to what we saw last match. I think that's T-spin doubles back to back. Mining Pi blocked the well, so now they're having to find a way out of that one. T-spin double coming in from Mining Pi. Stalpo refuting every attack, building up a back-to-back streak that is let off here for the surge attack. Mining Pie now trying to figure out what to do with the hole there. Finds the Z-spin single, but is trying to figure out how to clear up the rest of this garbage. Jagged field on Mining Pie's side. T-spin double incoming. If they are unable to find a way out of this one, it could spell the end for Mining Pie, and there it is. 1-0, Stalfo takes lead. I may have spoken a bit too soon about... Whoa! With that JP's placement is interesting. What is that?
Pretty sure.
Large amount of garbage sent Stalfo's way, but the well was in just the right position. We are watching the protagonist, I fear, folks. Z-spin, T-spin double coming in hot. Mining Pie just trying to downstack, trying to find any way to survive the onslaught. Finds the 180 L-spin double, which is a series of words that is incomprehensible outside of this context.
Oh, there's a TST opportunity here, but does Mining Pie take it? Nope.
No, does not find
Fair
it.
choice. Fair choice.
Fair choice because the immediate priority is survival. They have to find IPs. Does not. 2-0. Purdue leads.
Can he get one off?
We hope so. We hope so.
We'll see. Oh, there's the
T-spin
PCO.
double. T-spin double
Compared
opens to Stalfo as they create a 4-wide. T-spin singles, quads. I believe Stalfo's priority is building up the back-to-backs, which Mining Pie has actually taken the initiative on. But this unfortunate placement, not even able to get the surge attack off. 3-0.
Stalfo had a 7-2 setup going for a bit.
It's a very interesting...
Let's see what happens this time around.
Another T-spin double opening from Stalfo.
Interesting. Interesting maneuvers going on. Stalfo only going for spins at the moment.
Stalfo's priority seems to be to keep the back-to-back streak going for as long as possible because the surge will usually come at just the right moment. 4-0. Purdue has a chance to take a ginormous lead with this one. But it is unfortunate that we have to, like, that such a huge discrepancy occurred here. This is the first week, though, so no one was based off of record here.
Yeah.
5-0. Stalfo leads still. Okay.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Stalfo with the same odd J-piece maneuvers that I don't quite understand, and an I-piece single into just a monstrous back-to-back streak that sends Mining Pie all the way to the top of the screen. 6-0. A win here guarantees the first shutout that I've seen so far. Not too much to say here.
Yeah,
Fortunately.
It's just a matter of... Well, we'll see what happens.
It's a pretty devastating match. I hope Mining Pie doesn't take this too much to heart because this is very much Coughing Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb. But Mining Pie, I think... Stalfo wins 7-0. Genuinely, you have to feel for Mining Pie here because this is just it's just how the counter picks go.
Yeah.
Purdue picked a very strong player that they still had left, and UIUC, there's only so many players on a team. The final match of the game is Pentag versus Melee 33, who subbed in. Yeah, Pentag doesn't have a rank on the Tetra League.
Pentag is around X rank, so we might see another situation such as between Stalfo and
Still, Melee 33 knows ball. They play Balatro. Maybe that Wheel of Fortune will hit.
Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, I don't really... We're gonna hope that the warm-up match is not an indicator of how things go this round. Although we do love to see great Tetris gameplay, shutouts are not very fun to watch in my opinion.
Yeah.
Here we go. Good luck to both players as we kick off here. Pentag begins with a T-spin double opening. followed by another T-spin double, and another T-spin double, and another T-spin
Another
double.
T-spin.
And
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh!
9
This
seconds.
Be a problem. The fastest warm-up
This-
match we've seen so far.
Yeah.
This
Sounds back to us.
This could be a problem if you are
This.
if you're a Melee 33. Melee 33 has been in the Twitch chat, by the way, watching the stream up to this point, and they've been very positive about the other matches so far.
Yeah.
We'll show them some positivity going into this as well.
Absolutely. Because who knows? Again, the warm-up match doesn't fully determine
Anything.
the rest of the game, as we've seen with the first 3. But yeah, let's see what happens.
Pentax sticking to their tight and true T-spin doubles. Interesting placement there. Will they be able to escape it? Melee 33 off to a good start over here, building up a 9-0.
Sometimes being fast can come at a fault, especially with a lot of miss drops. But again, it just really matters as to how you're able to recover from that. And Pentax
Wells
seems to
open.
be doing a pretty good job.
Wells open, Melee 33 trying to downstack as fast as they can so as to not get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of attacks that Pentag is up to. Does not quite get there. 1-0, Pentag leads.
Melee held his ground. He held his ground pretty well for that one.
Pentag played pretty well in the face of an interesting opening. Here comes a DT cannon, DT cannon from Pentag
Yep.
to start off the match.
Melee
And a
9-0
T-spin single to top it all off. Pentag back-to-back T-spin doubles have been a source of despair. It's just intimidating to see someone get off that many T-spin doubles in such a short span of time. And see right
Yeah.
there, that's a massive amount of damage, and that's without considering by then, 9 lines of surge damage that they would have dealt. Pentag starting off with another DT
Ooh, there's
cannon.
another DT cannon.
I suppose if you're fast enough, then
stacking.
it's not. Then the time that it takes to do a T-spin, DT cannon setup doesn't really count all that much against you.
That is true. I'm just interested in how Melee is handling it, which I don't think he is.
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. He's just been 9-0 stacking, which is a very interesting maneuver. But I mean, hey,
Quads are
do what
still
you do
very
best,
strong,
right?
even considering the whole meta.
Easily. Not
Melee
only that, but
33.
like down stacking with garbage absolutely will get you a ton of lines across.
Melee 33
Down
takes the
stacking.
T-spin double opening. Same thing as Pentag. Pentag gets an L-spin double over here to keep the back-to-back streak alive, which is now at 4. Garbage comes in a little bit too fast for Melee 33 to handle. Pentag takes that one 4-0. Strong display here from Pentag, and very smart decision by Purdue to keep 2 of their strongest players until the very end of the game. I would have personally loved. I can't wait for later on in the season to see these players play against people who are more along the lines of their skills, and to see them play against similarly seeded teams. Melee 33 and Mining Pie just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, but they are no doubt still very good Tetris players, and
Exactly.
we hope that this doesn't get them too down. 5-0, Purdue leads. The finesse on Pentag's side is incredible. DT cannon to start off, but man, that finesse was actually the finesse. I can't get over it. It's just really good. S-spin single to keep the back-to-back streak alive, similar to what we saw last round actually with Froggood, who similarly used a lot of strange spins to keep the back-to-back streak alive at all costs. Z-spin single there, for example, for the level 9 now with the Z-spin double. Pentag could let off the streak at any point, but they are choosing not to. 11-12. When this surge breaks, it's going to be ugly, folks.
Yeah.
It's
not gonna be
frankly a little overkill, actually, to see a 17 back-to-back streak.
18.
18,
19,
19, 20. Do we know how to count, folks at home? We are going back to
20.
elementary school with this one.
Twitch doesn't know the rigging happening.
right now.
22.
It's
Oh lord.
It's a little absurd. 6-0, and without ever seeing that absurd surge attack go through. Masterful display by Pentag. Purdue entered this match without any player blurbs. So they just kind of represent this monolithic block of absurd Tetris gameplay right now. I don't know anything about these players other than that they wreck shop. And there's the entire game finished in not that long. 7-0. Purdue takes that entire thing shut out. All right. We saw some very competitive Tetris here today. And some an amazing display of skills, especially from those last 2 matches.
Definitely.
We saw some more. It was a lot more even those first 3 matches than we anticipated at first. But it was a very smart decision by Purdue overall to keep their 2 strongest players for the final matches.
Yeah. Overall, that was those first 3 games were pretty even. It's just those last 2 were unfortunately just massive upset, or not massive upsets.
Not massive upsets, but they were shutouts. They were blowouts, that's for sure. It just feels like the quality of the format with the counter pick system. I don't even know if it's because of how they were seeded or what, but it was definitely a very it was just very good players up against players who are just a little bit shy of that, but I hope it doesn't discourage UIUC going forward because they did play some very impressive Tetris, and Mining Pie and Melee 33 should not feel bad about how they did.
Absolutely.
Nobody should because it was still very high level Tetris on both sides.
Yeah,
Purdue,
absolutely. We saw some great players today.
Yes, Purdue wins. I believe this. Purdue wins this match 33-15. Very interesting start to the season. We found out firsthand why Purdue used to be an upper league team. All right, thank you for watching. I think we're getting close to wrapping up here.
Yeah, I think we are pretty much ready to wrap up.
We are getting close to. There we go. Oh, someone. Here we go. Trooper has a few words for us.
Hello. Thank you to all the staff. So thank you to May, Stratus, Science Cyber, and Ethanol for casting today's matches. I also want to give a huge shout out to the entire organizing team for all the hard work they put in these past few days. In no particular order, thank you to Boat Hotel, Dig Cheese, I Am George, Mason Lilo, Mango Lemon, Zynex, Quill 8. Thank you all for the hard work you put in, and thank you all to the players for playing CTL. We wouldn't be able to have a league without everyone putting in the effort. And come back tomorrow to watch some interesting matches. We'll be having Washington A play, I believe NYU A. No, Washington A is playing UT Austin A, and UC Berkeley A is playing NYU A. And so those will be very interesting matches to watch. So other than that, yeah. Thank you all.